with the heroes both behind. He's a master of concealment and an adept at disguise. With the heroes is when he's seeking faster, husband wants to lie. He's slain many a villain, be a dragon, buff or wizard. He's looted chests of all the best of treasures he could find. He's the undefeated champion of adventure, war and passion. And he sings his song as he goes along with a fiddle and a pipe. The grass is green, the air is clean, a sweet lass by my side. There ain't no fun looking so as trees are on behind. The world is full of monsters, well, but they ain't here at the time. So let your roast, propose a toast to these drunken friends of mine. A hero journey far and wide, but it riches, gold and magic. But he never found a true love song, and it made him sad in time.
And whenever he was walking, he was shot as he was singing.
And I made it fair from over there with a bow, and she was mine. She apologized profusely, said she thought he was a dwarf. And she carried him to the nearest inn, where she nursed him back to life. Well, it fell in love directly, and she married him that night. So they're off they down, they got me up for a song about their time. The grass is green, the air is clean, the sweet lass by my side. There ain't nobody looking so I squeeze her up behind. Hey, the world is full of monsters, foul, we ain't here at the side. So lift your rose and toast to these drunken friends of mine.
Hello, friends, and welcome to High Rollers, our weekly D&D stream here on the... Why is everyone laughing? Is it just the
I was just like sitting.
just like,
Hey guys.
welcome to our weekly D&D live stream here on the Yogscast Twitch. I am your Dungeon Master, Mark Sherlock Humes. Joining me, we have a full party, full to the brim, overfilling.
We're brimming.
We are overfull with people. We have people returning and also joining us. We have Matt.
Hello.
We have Katie. Hello. We have our guest Kath of Yogscast Kath.
Hey guys.
We have Chris Trott, who's not last. And we have Kim.
Yeah.
who's in full diva Casey Neistat mode. Just sunglasses
Very
on
bright
the
in here.
Oh, it's very
The
bright.
lights are very bright.
Very hungover.
There's a lot of cool as well.
Hungover on my Coca-Cola
Yeah,
and
exactly,
like
yeah,
the
just
non-alcohol thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, sugar crush.
Before we get started, a couple of quick things just to note that you guys might be interested in, and then we'll get into our little recap. So Steve, who does all of the tech setup and runs all the thing, his soundtrack for High Rollers should be out for next week's episode. The last thing we need to sort out is album artwork, which Harry and Nina will be sorting out this week. So that should be available to buy on iTunes and a bunch of other places from next week. We'll do a big shout out for it on our Saturday episode, because next week is going to be the first of our Saturday episodes. I know it's been really confusing. I'm very sorry, guys. But yeah, so next Saturday, the 21st of May, will be our first Saturday. The week after that, we will be at MCM Comic Con, so there won't be an episode. And then after that, it will be Saturdays until we tell you otherwise. It is only temporary, but yeah, so that's why.
May not be at next one, Saturdays, because I'm having my wisdom tooth removed.
Oh, that's right, I forgot.
Yeah.
I think even more you should 100% be here.
I'll try and
Just
come.
like,
Just be a little bit
hey,
driven.
the kindness guy.
If we can work that into the story,
Sure.
I'm all good.
I'm sure we can. It would be as well, technically, I think. So next week is on Saturday. Then MCM is after that. We will all of us in this room will be at MCM. Kath will be joining us.
Yeah.
Matt will be there on the Saturday only, so that's important. I believe, Kim, are you there all weekend?
All
this time?
weekend.
You are there all weekend. We're all are. Apart from Matt, we are there all weekend. So do make sure you come say hello. Have you seen? I know I've seen. I saw posted Ninja Girls Juto cosplay, which is
Oh my
finished.
god, I can't wait.
Is it in the fan art?
It's
It
in
looks
There's
so
a fan
good.
art video which is happening
It's back.
today.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna be so
Trot and
grabby.
Katie have done the fan art video for us. So
There's 70 pieces
There's
of
70 pieces of art.
gonna be
We
a good one.
tried to put as much into it as we could.
art. Equidistant.
equidistant
Yeah.
amount. So we're really looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing you all. Do come and say hello. Even if because for myself, maybe Matt as well, we might be like behind the booth selling T-shirts. If you want a picture or you want something signed, just ask. It's totally fine.
They're
Say
told
hi,
you
we're
should
not
say it.
scary
They'll say,
people.
"No."
Sorry, can't do it. Speak to Kev. Can't do it.
I get
costs.
a lot of people tweeting me like, I saw you, but I was too scared to say hi. I'm
Yeah, it's
like,
like-
I am so unthreatening.
Yeah.
Please say hi.
Come and say hello. And if you want a picture, it's totally cool. Everything else. So
Whatever.
there's that. The last one, and this is somewhat of a selfish one that I wanted to do, but I have put up on the dmsguild.com, I have put up my first self-published D&D material, which is called The Lightborn Race, which is somewhat based on some stuff going on with Cam, but it's been heavily revised and balanced because your version is completely not balanced.
Hey.
No, as in just like
I need
that's
to be
my
buffed
problem.
is what you're
Yeah,
suggesting.
no, absolutely, yeah. So we need to figure that
You
out.
nerfed the shit out
I
of
did
me.
nerf the shit out of you originally. So that is available on dmsguild.com. I'm very fortunate that if you go on the main site, it's currently in the most popular downloads. So if you'd like to download that.
Oh!
Well, no, it just so it's
popular
easier
over
for
here.
people to find it. Like, it's,
I'm gonna
it's
see if
right
it
on
still
there.
is, Mark.
Well, all right, you can see if it still is, and maybe I'm wrong. But you can search for it. It's called the Lightborn Race. It's a new race for 5th edition D&D. It's pay what you want, so if you want to download it for free, you can. But if you'd like to pay me some money, that's cool as well, and that'd be really nice.
I would, because he doesn't have any underwear anymore, so
That's true.
if you could just give him a couple quid.
I just have a leaky bum. Like, it just
Ah.
covers it.
What money is going to fix that? I just
Well, all of the high rollers money, Cap. That's what's going to fix
see.
it.
That's
how
right.
it works,
Smart,
apparently.
leaky bum.
There you go.
Ah.
Fuck.
Also,
This would
on a,
happen
on a
Starting-
nicer,
Oh,
on a
go on.
nicer note,
On a nicer note,
we do have Gmail set up now for if you want to send fan art, because Chris and I make the fan art videos
Yep.
by gathering that all up. So if you want any fan art in the show, It's obviously not guaranteed every week, depending on who's here and busyness levels, but email it to highrollersdnd@gmail.com. It's the same as our Twitter handle, so email it there and we will try our
It's in the
best
fan
to
art
get it in.
vid.
It's in the fan art
in
vid.
the
As
fan art
a
vid.
reiteration.
There you go. Boom. Right. Should we begin? Excellent.
Guess we should.
So, last week, for those of you who could not join us, the group was taken. So, a number of folks have infiltrated the Broken Sky, namely Juto, Trelamar, and Loban Trogdor, a sorcerer, a gnomish sorcerer, wild mage. And this is very good. They have infiltrated the Broken Sky, and they have managed to kind of at least convince that they are potential recruits. They were taken down for a trial down in an old temple to the god of strength, Cord. There they encountered a human NPC, like a kind of a human recruit named Wald, who is currently playing whilst Cam is away.
Wow.
Wild! So they were grouped up and they were told that the last 5 to survive would make it through and they would pass the trial. So, in a battle royale style with no weapons and only a limited magic, they fought their way through. They encountered a gelatinous cube, which almost killed Wild, but was blown away by Loban's insane nuke
Oh,
power.
yeah.
Just damage everywhere. And eventually, they managed to find their way through. They fought a large animated construct, which was facing off against a kind of mixed big battle royale of these other recruits. And a lot of it was, what are you writing?
Huh?
We're
What?
back to primary school over here.
Okay, very good. I was just like, I could see you chuckling at something. And where was I? I've lost my train of thought. So they fought a bunch of stuff, they survived, it's all good, and that is where we left things. Elora, in the meantime, had managed to sneak her way out by pass without a trace, wild shift into a mouse or rat, scurry away, managed to evade capture.
It's a great face.
It's rat face, you know. You've got to play up to the role. It's role playing
that
troll.
face.
And you managed to escape, and
So what did I use?
so you've used one pass without a trace
Jeez!
and both wild shapes, but you have had a short rest, so your wild shapes
So
are
I've
back.
got my wild shapes back.
Yeah.
Thank God for that, because I am getting dry on spells.
So, and we begin anew. Those of you, minus Elora, who might be out of it for a little bit, for a while at least, so Katie can just
Hammered.
just chill.
Just chill.
Trelamar, Juto, Loban, and Wald, you have all just been announced as the winner of this particular trial, or the survivors of this trial. You are currently in the large chamber with a bridge over the pit, and there are a number of unconscious bodies before you. The 2 tieflings are there. Lau is currently tending to Lee, who had fallen unconscious. When a number of the stone cavern walls seem to pivot, it seems that secret doors now open, and several of the Broken Sky's guards, armed with heavy crossbows and things, all filter out. They make their way and through, and you can see that a group of them start heading off. They start picking up the unconscious or the injured and actually start tending to them. Those who weren't dead, they bind their wounds and make sure they're stabilised, and they begin carting them away. We're leading a group of 5 guards is Victoria, a human woman in kind of blue and white robes, blonde hair. You've encountered her before, so has Juto and Loban. She was the one that lightning bolted you down the corridor. She emerges, and it's just like, well done to those of you that survived. You'll need to follow me. Varesh wishes to speak with you.
Who?
The Dragonborn.
Got it.
Yes.
Karma.
She kind of
Kinda like-
rolls her eyes at Wild.
Yes.
She gestures. The guards kind of move in behind you, and you are led away, unless you wish to do anything.
Yeah.
Go on.
I'm gonna try and ditch my sickle and pick up a sword, if anyone had one.
Okay. You look around, and there was... So you were currently up on the bridge, I think, where it
Yeah.
ended. The half-orc who had tried to attack you, he had a short sword, but you remember he plummeted into the pit below you, and there aren't any swords quite nearby.
Any other weapons other than the
I
sickle?
think. No. Not near enough that you can scoop them up discreetly. You'd have to run over and pick them up. There's a longbow, there is a spear, and a short sword, but they're all quite far away. You'd have to peel off from the group to go and pick them up.
Forget it.
Yeah.
I'll stick with the sickle.
Okay. And nobody else is you just kind of follow as you're being instructed.
Is there a Guandao in the room?
No, there is not a Guandao in the room.
Then I will follow.
So, you guys follow Victoria and this guard escort. You're led up a set of stairs and then out into a stone corridor. And again, you notice that you're led back up into these old catacombs that seem to be running throughout the city. You're led through. You can see alcoves where there were probably once sarcophagi or bodies wrapped up. Those seem to have been cleared out. You can see dust scrapings where they've been pulled away, and the corridors have just been left empty. You traverse through a number of twists and turns. You're not quite sure of your bearings. You take a few different corners, and eventually you come to an old portcullis, which a guard raises, just lowers up like a very sharp, rusted, pointy kind of portcullis that slams into the ground. Cranks it up on the chain. You can hear the squeaking and very unoiled, old, rusty chain. You are taken underneath that. You turn back to the left. Juto, Loban, and Trelemar, you notice you are in the corridor where Victoria cast lightning bolt where you first entered, and you begin heading south towards the large temple where the two of you had witnessed the tiefling being pushed down the hole.
Ah, memories.
Standing outside of the temple is a number of guards who seem to all have packs of gear. It looks like it's your own gear. Victoria turns and is like, you are permitted to carry your gear once again, but I should reiterify, you are not members of the Broken Sky yet, so you will still be escorted under guard. But we are allowing you to have your things back for now. You will need them for what is ahead. She gestures.
Reiterify isn't even a word.
It certainly is, but I appreciate that someone of your intelligence probably wouldn't realise that it is.
Thank you. Oh,
You're welcome. And she kind of smiles. She gestures you, so you have your Guandao back, you've given it to your staff, all of your gear is returned. Loban, she kind of looks at you and she's like, Gnome, you were a prisoner initially, but you've proven quite interesting, really. I was watching your magical display throughout the trial. You have quite raw, untapped power. Perhaps your previous actions can be overlooked if you're willing to consider helping the Broken Sky? I understand you're quite the researcher. We have something that belongs to you. I'm sure some sort of agreement can be reached.
At the moment, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to sort of make a sort of a yes kind of noise.
Grunt.
She just kind of smirk kind of crosses her face, and she's like, very well. Perhaps what is to come will convince you otherwise. Once you have your gear back, she reaches out her hand.
Where's my pack?
You didn't actually have one when you
I
arrived.
had 7 superior healing potions. I had a great sword with +2 enchantment on it. I had a helm, which fired out magic missiles whenever I wanted. Where's all that stuff?
There's a part of me where I'm like, do I make a deception check or not? Yes, but with disadvantage, and only to a certain degree.
It's charisma based, right?
Yeah. So you can use can like
I'll
for
use
purposes
can
use
stats.
can stats. Yeah.
9?
9. She kind of chuckles. Do you even actually understand what a magical weapon is? What do you mean +2? I don't understand these terms that you're using. Is this some sort of game that you're referring to?
I had a sword,
Yes.
and it literally had the number +2 engraved in the hilt.
I see. Well, I'm afraid that, oh dear, it looks like we've misplaced them. You'll have to do without.
Well, I don't want to join a company that can't even have their stock in check, you know? Also,
Why
Broken
did she
Sky.
looks at you, Judy? She's like, why did you have to save this one from the cube? You could have just let him be disintegrated. Follow me. The door opens, and you are led inside, and you see the temple that you saw before. A large cavernous room, a natural rocky ceiling, several stone pews that looks like it seats quite a lot of people, maybe around 80 to 90 people altogether, leading to a end pedestal, raised up platform, flanked by 2 hooded figured statues. You can see kind of the stone's been worn away through time, but the statue figures look almost serpentine with their features, kind of snake men in hoods, clutching curved blades, just luring over a pit which is built into the raised platform, and you don't know how far deep it goes down or what. Inside, you notice that there are about 6 guards, all armed, and also Varesh, the hulking, blue dragonborn, his blue scales dimly illuminated in the torchlight of the sconces flanked around the room. His just muscles rippling beneath chainmail armor, just absolutely
Glistening in the light.
He is ripped. Next to him is an object, you don't know what, covered in a very large sheet. It looks to be about 8 foot tall, maybe about 3 foot wide, rectangular in shape, and it's currently covered by a large sheet.
It's another jelly cube. Watch
Why are
out.
you looking at me?
She gestures you inside, and the door is shut behind you. Varesh turns around, he's like, "Ah, welcome, those of you who passed the trial of strength. I was quite pleased watching your performance down in the old temple. Especially the tiefling. Quite bloodthirsty, this one. I should let you know that temple has a minor enchantment on it. Those that fall in battle do not instantly succumb to death. Their wounds are somewhat staunched in the process, and with proper medical treatment they will survive. That is, unless somebody places them into a burning pit of coals where they are set alight. It was quite pleasing to watch you. It's very... You show great need for combat and bloodthirst. It was intoxicating. Yes, human! You are lucky to survive, if not for these others.
Whoa. I wasn't going to get personal, but alright. I've got a few pointers about your company. So, number one, have you ever thought of renaming Broken Sky? Sets you off on a bad foot. Kind of assumes that you want it broken. Have you ever thought about Fixer Upper Sky or something like that?
If you speak again, boy, I shall remove your tongue from your mouth.
But we got a minor enchantment in this place, so it'll be alright, right?
Not here.
Never mind then, sir.
Good.
Apologies.
He just fixes you with like a cold stare.
Just a suggestion. You've got to show your intuition, you know, to get promotions and stuff. Well, I've been taught.
You're still not being quiet.
Yeah. Sorry, just realised. My apologies, sir.
Now, he kind of coughs. You seem to have like thrown him off of his game. He had this whole big spiel planned, and you seem to have done something to throw that off a little bit. He kind of paces around, and you can see he's kind of got this large greatsword that you've seen somehow has some sort of lightning magic or something about it, kind of sheathed on his back. He begins pacing. He's just like, "The trial in the temple was merely a first step in joining the Broken Sky. It tested not only your prowess in combat, but how well you work together as a team. We are joined by one goal here in the Broken Sky, the destruction of the Dawn Republic, and in service of Her Majesty. And that is why you are to be granted an audience with her." With one hand, he reaches over to the cloth and pulls it away. And you see this 8 foot tall, about 3 foot wide, beautifully engraved with a wooden kind of carved outside mirror. It's enormous. Beautiful inlaid. All of the wood on the outside looks as if to be engraved with clouds and griffins and flying creatures of some nature. Just all beautifully and intricately carved around the outside. You will speak with Her Majesty individually. She wishes to know more about you, your reason for joining, and also this is your opportunity to gaze upon Her Majesty and see who it is that we serve. Now I should warn you, she is to be treated with respect, and he looks at you particularly. You will address her as Your Majesty. You will not refer to her by any other name. She is kind, unlike me, but you are to be treating her with respect. The mirror has some magical properties. Only those that gaze into it will hear or see what she wishes to show you. So each conversation shall be private to an extent. Now, he kind of steps back. He looks around. Drow, you shall be the first. You were brought here by Victoria initially. You seem to show an interest in the Broken Sky. These others I am still cautious of, despite me being quite pleased with their actions. You may speak to Her Majesty first.
Thank you.
And he just gestures. He steps away from the mirror, and you can see that the others kind of step away as well. And it just gestures for you to step up towards it.
Okay, I step up towards the mirror.
Okay. You step up towards the mirror, and again, you look up to it. It's even you're a tall guy, but even you kind of marvel at how massive this thing is, and you can see that there is some sort of like system, like wheels underneath it, but it looks like that it's been built on that after it's been created. Looks like maybe the Broken Sky have ramshackly added something so that it can be moved around. As you've been staring into the mirror's surface ripples like a stone cast into a pond. It shimmers, and the warped surface begins to settle, but it no longer shows a reflection of yourself or the temple that you stand in. Instead, you see an opulent palace, full of beautiful furniture and luxury, golden vases, silver and crystal glasswares everywhere you look. Laying across a long chair lit by pearlescent magical lights is a woman of unparalleled beauty. I mean, you've travelled the world, but you have never seen a woman of this just natural, just almost like a statue carved from marble, just perfection almost. She has long white and silver hair falling around her bare shoulders, and her blue skin is the colour of the sky itself, barely covered by a thin white robe. She peers towards you, her eyes brilliant blue like a shining sapphire, platinum jewellery hanging off of her as she gracefully makes notes in a large book. You see as she shuts it, places it on the ground, moves her legs over so that she's sitting kind of more properly, and then looks down towards the mirror. Because of the scale, you kind of get the impression that maybe she's looking through a smaller mirror than you are, so it kind of gives the impression that she's looking down towards you.
Okay.
And she just goes, hello. You must be one of the recruits that Varesh and Victoria have told me about. Please, what is your name?
My name is Trelamara Leith, Your Majesty.
Trelamara Leith. You must be the dark elf that they've told me a little about, but they did not tell me your name. Now, I'm sure you have many, many questions, but first, if it's all right, I'd like to ask you some. Why are you here, Trelamar? Why would you wish to join something like the Broken Sky? Surely you must have seen that there are some who are perhaps a little heavy-handed in their manner. I've been told that you are quite skilled with magic and deception, so why?
I seek power, Your Majesty.
Like so many other men do, you seek power. And do you believe that you can obtain it from the Broken Sky? What makes you think that we can give you what you are looking for?
I have seen the way that the Broken Sky have acted around certain people, and I believe that they are on the correct path.
Well, it pleases me to hear this. I can offer you a lot of power, Trelamara Leith. And she kind of raises her hand, and you can see mist begin to form, lightning begins to crackle. She gestures, and you can see a decanter of wine just kind of float over towards her hand. I myself am a powerful spellcaster of some nature, but I also have many items and artifacts I have acquired. If you were to serve the Broken Sky loyally, they would be yours. From what I have heard, you are quite adept in your arts, shall we say? And even now, peering at you through this mirror, which allows me to see things that others cannot, I can see that you are no wizard or sorcerer. Your magic comes from somewhere else, doesn't it?
That is correct.
Well, whatever this patron of yours is, I will not pry further. They can offer you one thing, but they can't offer you what I can, what the Broken Sky can. Now, I admit that some of our agents perhaps act a little uncouthly, shall we say. Varesh is a necessary evil, a heavy hand when I prefer a lighter touch. But I think you will do well here. Serve me loyally, and power, wealth, whatever you desire is yours. She kind of gestures back towards you. If you have any questions, you may ask.
I think I have all the answers that I seek.
She kind of, that seems to please her. She's kind of like, very well. To your health, Trelamara Leith. And she drinks, puts her glass down, she's like, bring me the next one.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
She's, yeah, you seem to be very, she seems very pleased with you.
Who's next?
As you step away, Varesh points to Loban. You, gnome! You are a prisoner here. I suggest you take this opportunity for the gift that it is. He gestures towards the mirror.
Yeah. I don't pay attention to the Dragon Ball.
You just
I walk up to the mirror.
So you see the same thing. This kind of mirror shifts and ripples, kind of almost like a stone being cast into a pond, and then it seems to settle. And again, you see this absolutely beautiful blue-skinned woman, white hair, platinum jewelry covering her body. She looks down at you and she's just like, the gnome that they told me about. Now, if I'm to understand, you were once a prisoner here, so tell me, what is your name? Why are you here?
My name is Loren Trogdor, and Will has nothing to do with the reason that I'm here. I'm here against it, if anything. I simply have been cast into this random scale of events just to try to get back my life's work.
You are the researcher on the Lightfall.
Yes.
I have been informed that the group here in Talisval had obtained several notes from a very well-established and well-learned scholar, somebody who had known things about the Lightfall that so many had not. I had not realized it was you. Well, firstly, my apologies for your treatment. As I have said to the Drow, to Trelamar, he is a necessary evil, Varesh, a heavy hand where I prefer a softer touch. My organization is not meant to be some group of thugs stealing from those who work hard, those who seek to better themselves in the world around them. My organization is to make the Empire what it should be. And I need men like yourself, learned men who understand things. Now,
would you say that the treatment of those tieflings is also a necessity?
Tieflings? I do not know what you speak of.
In the cells that I was taken to when we began on this journey of trial, there were 2 tieflings who were in the cells who begged and pleaded for my help to save them.
This is terrible. And she looks at you, you can see she's kind of shocked. She's like, I had no such idea such a thing was happening. This is not how I wish to make things. I wish people to join the Broken Sky because they wish to. I don't wish to take captives and torture them, and this is barbaric. I will speak with Varesh immediately and directly, and I will ensure that this does not happen again. Now, Loban, please. You are obviously a wise man who knows much. You are interested in the Lightfall, is that correct?
Yes.
Well, I cannot promise you much, and I understand you have been brought here by circumstance, but perhaps it is fate that has brought you to us, because you see, I have an interest in the Lightfall as well, and you can now see that she removes a kind of heavy choker, like a platinum choker that she was wearing, and underneath it she has a thin silver chain with a glowing chunk of what is not full shard, but a dawn shard. The exact opposite of the Korax blade, something that amplifies magic. You see, I discovered this after the Lightfall when I was younger, but not that much younger. And it has been a great mystery to me. I know it amplifies magic, but I need someone who can understand this, who can understand the full shards.
Okay.
I need your knowledge. If you were to join the Broken Sky, if you were to follow Varesh, despite his barbarity, I would want you to research and to tell me more that I can learn, if you wish to join us.
So I've got that kind of like, oh shit son look on my face because of obviously the shard. Like, yeah, that's I have not interest in the Broken Sky or what they do or don't do, but I have interest in what you have.
Well, perhaps in time I can show you the true meaning of what I wish to accomplish, and it might change your mind, but if nothing else, perhaps we can be allies of convenience. You have knowledge I need, I clearly have something you need. That makes us friends, if nothing else, perhaps.
For now.
I will ensure that your notes are returned to you if you join us, and perhaps you can continue your work, and I will ensure you have whatever you need. I have wealth and I have power to afford you the finest researchers, the finest libraries, whatever you require, I will provide it. Your knowledge is more valuable to me than any thug with a sword.
And with that, I'll give a awkward royal bow and start walking away from the mirror.
She kind of, you just walk away. The mirror begins to shift. I should clarify, by the way, as well, when all this is happening, you don't see, you can only hear one side of the conversation. You can only, I'll get that later. You can only hear one side of the conversation. You can only hear what the one person is saying. You don't hear what the princess is saying back. Varesh points to Juto. Tiefling. I believe you should speak with Her Majesty next. Gestures
I
towards
walk
it.
up towards the mirror.
Yeah, you walk up towards the mirror, again ripples and shaves into form. The woman is there, kind of sat down quite, very royally, very curtly, with grace, legs currently crossed. She looks down. She's just like, ah, now you must be the tiefling I have heard much about. Varesh and Victoria have told me of some of the things you claimed, but what is your name? Why do you wish to join the Broken Sky?
My name is Juto Zetiting, Your Majesty. I wish to join the Broken Sky to seek revenge.
Now, if I am to understand this correctly, it is revenge against the champion of Talisval, Korak, that you seek. Is that correct?
You're correct, Your Majesty.
What are the circumstances of this? Varesh and Victoria, in their barbaric ways and their heavy-handedness, only told me that you were a useful tool because you wished to kill him. They did not tell me why. I wish to know the reason why.
He slaughtered my family and my village when I was but a child and enslaved me for many years.
My poor child, I'm so sorry. I can understand this pain perhaps better than those agents that you see before you. I too lost my family. I have been separated from them for a long time now. I'm very deeply sorry to hear this. The champion, he is not what everyone thinks. He is not what everyone believes. I wish to see him fall. It is a sad thing that he tries to create this pretend government. Men cannot be trusted. He tries to rule a city through democracy, but he doesn't understand that people don't really know what they want. They don't know what they need. They don't know how to run things. The champion, or so he calls himself, he is a fake. What Talisval needs is a true ruler who can show them a fair and just way. I am so sorry you've had to suffer at his hand. But I can promise you this. If you join us, if you join the Broken Sky, I will give you a chance at revenge, because he cannot be allowed to live. He should not be allowed to live. You should take revenge for those taken from you. You should have justice, and I would see it given to you.
By the same token, I should seek revenge against Varesh, who killed a fellow tiefling.
She doesn't drink.
Good wine?
Yeah. It's,
Good wine?
no. She's like, what is this about tieflings?
Was that about a day ago? Like perhaps?
Not even that really. Like maybe like several hours ago, sort of like 5-6 hours ago, probably.
Okay. Before the trial of strength, I witnessed Varesh kill a tiefling that he had enslaved here.
What?
His name was Sheng.
She kind of looks around. She picks up a book. She's like, I had no knowledge of this. What? I had no knowledge that there were even tieflings here in our safe house. He killed him? How? Why?
He forced him to join, and when Sheng refused, he pushed him down a pit.
This is appalling. Appalling news. And I wish I had known of it sooner. I'm so sorry. I will speak with Varesh immediately. He will be punished. He is unfortunately a necessary evil, an enforcer to make change happen.
Can I roll a perception check on that to see how genuine she's being?
Insight check.
Insight.
+3.
Natural 1.
Yeah, no, she seems super sincere. She seems shocked. She seems appalled. Completely, yeah.
If you do not know of Shang, I take it you also do not know of Ixanis Kel.
The name does not ring a bell to me, no.
She was slain by one of your agents, Rish, in
Well,
the town of Briarcrest.
we do have, there are, like Talis Val, we have agents in Briarcrest who are helping to spread the truth about the champion and the corruption within the Dawn Republic. I must admit I am aware that there have been some unfortunate killings to insatiate change, but as far as I was aware, such targets were corrupt individuals or those who had dark agendas. I'm afraid I don't know if individual such as Vixanis, you say?
Vixanis was innocent. She was a companion.
I will investigate this further. Thank you for letting me know.
How do you seek to overthrow Korak?
The first thing is the Dawn Republic must be revealed for the idiocy that it is. The guild, the Council of Guilds cannot run a city. They cannot run a kingdom. And that must be exposed. As for Korak, like I said to you, he must be brought to justice. He must be killed. And if that means, unfortunately, I must bloody my hands or someone in my service must bloody theirs, I believe that that would make them a true hero for this kingdom.
Forgive my insolence, Your Majesty, but if I am to join and to do something such as slay the champion of this city, I must know. Do you have information on how he is failing this world?
I believe that is as evident as the sky itself, my dear. You must merely only look to his city and the other cities. People struggle, there is crime, there are people who oppose him that go unchallenged. He is not fit to run, and he is oblivious to the other threats that grow elsewhere in Iraq. He is so concerned with his little city and his little councils that he does not perceive the greater threats. Only a true ruler can do that.
And what is the greater threat?
Why, other kingdoms, of course. The champion should look further to the west. That is where true danger lies.
What has he done to you to so draw your attention?
Me? He has done nothing, except be incompetent, except be a pretender, a fake who tries to be a hero. He is nothing of the sort. And likewise, nor is his government. They are simply squatters, ruling on a kingdom they do not understand.
I beg your pardon, but if we are to kill him, we cannot simply kill him because he will become a martyr. He will become a symbol to everyone beneath him. We need to expose him for the fraud he is. If you have information, we should bring that to the light. Otherwise, he will be seen as a champion in afterlife, even more so.
Interesting. I will think on this. Go now. I will speak with the next one. But you have given me much to think on.
I just bow and
Head
set
off.
off.
Okay. They point at you last.
I itch my crotch and saunter forward to the mirror.
Okay. So you see the same thing. The mirror kind of ripples and shimmers. You see this blue-skinned beauty. And even you have never seen somebody of this, just emanating beauty and grace and everything else. Just everything about her seems to just echo that this is somebody you want. You almost feel like you want to serve her just by looking at her.
Can I do a Constitution saving throw for nursing a semi?
Sure.
It's 14.
14.
Hiding it quite well.
Half-mast, yeah.
Okay, cool.
You've kind of shifted the pants around a little bit.
It's an uptuck.
Yeah.
Cool.
As you're doing this, she kind of, you can see this serene face and she looks down at you and then her brow kind of furrows. What is this? Who are you? Why are you cloaked in this illusion?
Oh, they call me Wold, Your Majesty.
She looks...
Wold the Bold, because of the receding hairline. But
I can see through your petty little magics, human.
hey, it's
Or-
not that petty. Worked on your security, if you will.
Yes, I will need to speak with him that. Why have you put up this disguise, Lightborn?
You know, to test. And also, my friends are here, and I can't let them get killed by your heavy-handed people.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. 19.
19. Your devotion is quite something, but you might be treading into areas you do not quite understand.
Oh, I'm very aware, Your Majesty.
You can drop the ridiculous voice.
I will keep it, if you don't mind, because I know they can't hear you.
Very well. You are at least convincing, if nothing else, and to get this far, you must at least have completed the trials. So you only wish to protect these allies of yours?
Yeah, from corruption.
Do you
and
understand
injuries.
what the Broken Sky is? Do you understand what you've gotten yourself into?
Oh, yes. Very delightful company you've got. I think you need an HR department, though. Because there's a huge communication breakdown between the top tier and the lower tier, if you know what I mean.
As you're saying this, as you're getting more insolent with her and kind of like mocking her almost, you can see her expression really starting to darken.
Sorry, Your Majesty.
And she just goes, "You are nothing but an insignificant little worm. You are beneath me, and so is your little kingdom.
Your words hurt me so much, Your Majesty.
She's just like, you can see like, as you're interrupting it, like, just rage is now starting to spark across her like eyes.
You must maintain composure, Your Majesty. You are royalty, after all. Surely you've dealt
Give me
with
one
worse.
sec.
Oh boy. Can I just like
I gotta get the book out. I gotta get the book
I'm
out.
just scooching this way?
I fucking love it. Right, hang on. Give me a second.
Glad I'm not there right now.
It smells of chicken over here.
It's right here.
Oh really?
It's right here.
It's emanating.
You want some chicken?
Okay. Give me a wisdom saving throw. She raises her hand, and you can see one of the platinum bands on her
Natural
wrist.
20.
Shit.
Okay, great. This is awesome. So what happens is, you watch as this platinum bangle on her wrist glows. She waves her hand. I suggest you be silent. And you kind of feel like this wave, but it's like a very powerful wave of force. Like, there's an element there where you've not ever felt somebody with this strong magic before. Like, you've had people try and, you know, muddle your mind and cast spells on you. This feels like an incredibly powerful force. But there's something about really wanting to piss her off that just gets through to you.
Force of will.
And that bloodline in you is just like, nope, fuck this lady.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty.
And you can just see her twitch as you speak. Like, there's something where she's just like,
But I think you need to understand, and I suggest you listen to me.
just like the eye starts twitching.
If you can't handle me, how are you going to handle ruling, my lady?
And with that, the mirror shatters. Just
I think your mirror's broken.
shards explode outwards. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my God's sake.
18.
18. You just dive out of the way as these shards just narrowly get past you. You kind of almost barely see them coming as these shards of glass just slide through you. You duck and roll. The others just all kind of like take a sudden step backwards. Varesh is like, what? And then that's when you hear just this echoing explosion come from the corridor behind you in the doorway. You...
Oh, hey guys.
It's taken you about a few. It's just over by the time you left the government quarter with a squadron of Gilded Arms mercenaries and 2 more individuals. It took you about half an hour or so to reach the Black Valley Brewery. You made your way inside. All the people upstairs were still tied up. You managed to make your way through. You guided them all the way through down into the tunnels of the safe house.
Called like a whole army.
And you've basically done that. You've basically led them all through it. You've kind of let them know where there were guards patrolling. Several of the Gilded Arms mercenaries made their way in. They took down sentries that they had up in the Black Valley Brewery, like knocking them unconscious. Proper Metal Gear Solid Snake style, like just choke them out, knock them down. You led them to the trapdoor, which was locked, but then one of your other companions, just with one blow, just smashed it open, and you've made your way down inside. There've been a few small skirmishes with patrolling guards, but you've pointed them basically. You've basically pointed them towards the last thing where you knew where they were, which was this temple. The rest of you, there's just a sudden explosion, and the double doors leading into the temple just burst open, and it fills almost with a kind of brilliant white light. A group of around about 6 or 7 men in black and green in the Gilded Arms mercenary colours just burst through with crossbows, like rolling through with smoke, raising their weapons. And then 3 more figures come through. One is Elora, who comes striding through. The other is a human woman with blonde hair, kind of cropped quite short. She's wearing plate armor, and you can see the symbol of Bahamut on her chest. And she strides through. You can see her with a no, she doesn't have a shield. She has a great sword. She strides through, kind of striking a battle pose. This is I need to check her name, but. Well, I know what her first name is. Her name is Cassandra. She was introduced to you when you got to the government quarter. She is a paladin of Bahamut, and she works with the champion. And then the other, and this is the one that really takes you mainly by surprise, in pure golden armour, with scales that are a mixture of red and gold, kind of a blend of colour. This dragonborn humanoid, but he has this elongated face with a snout, these kind of pure, piercing, almost green eyes, and just this golden armour, and in his hand is a stone sword shaped out of full shard, like just heavy crystallized jagged blade, and then a shield emblazoned with the symbol of Talis Val in one hand, and with a roar he just bellows, he's like, "Surrender now, and you will not be harmed further."
I'm gonna drop my disguise.
All the rest of you, as this happens, you watch as Wild's form just shimmers.
I may have ruined your chance with the broken sky. Sorry.
And it's Cam Buckland, just there.
Racist!
And Cam is just stood there. You've got all of your equipment as normal. You kind of hid it under the disguise of Wild.
I do a slight side mouth to the little gnome, saying, "Compensating."
And what I'd like everybody to do is roll initiative, actually, please.
Oh my god.
I don't know what to get anymore.
Oh shit! A high initiative.
Oh shit.
Look.
14 plus 3.
17.
17.
Man.
Okay.
The funny thing is,
Okay, I've got a lot of initiatives to do here, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
like 5 of us.
Soldier 1.
I
Soldier
was
2.
willing to
Soldier
just go
3.
like, well, if we need 5 of us.
No, I'm not going to that degree. Jesus, I'd be here all day
I
if
know,
I
I was
was.
watching it like,
Have it.
Oh, Jesus, Korak.
I'm sorry for bringing your arch nemesis, but also kind of not, because that was a badass entry.
So,
So
what happened was, as you get to the government quarter and you start explaining what's happened, it was purely coincidence that as you were explaining it, you see Korak and this human woman with a retinue of people, kind of, it looks like he was on his way to a meeting, and he basically overhears what you're explaining, and breaking all protocol, he's like, "What's this about the broken sky?" You explain to him the situation, and on that spot he's just like, "I'm coming with you, let's go now," and just does not seem to even hesitate. Like, all these assistants are like, "No, you've got to go to the..." And he's like, "No, I'm going to this thing."
Some people, they'll do anything to get out of a meeting.
I know, right?
You must be pretty bored though. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
That's exactly why he's
Probably
here.
far more interesting.
Right, Juto initiative.
17.
17.
It's like, there's a fight. What?
Cam Buckland.
21.
21. Elora.
20.
20. Trelamar.
18.
And Loban.
5.
Get to the back.
You're pretty spent on magic though as well,
I
aren't you?
am completely spent on magic, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
I'm spent on keyboard
So-
as well.
Cam Buckland. You kind of felt almost, with the mirror exploding, you were probably the most, ready to go. What would you like to do? You currently have Korak, Elora, Cassandra, and a bunch of guards all by the doorway. It seems to be the only way in and out. And then the rest of you are all kind of spread out amongst this room. Varesh is stood next to Victoria, and they have about 6 guards with them as well. And then the rest of the group is kind of separated near the mirror, which has exploded.
I'm
Where's the
gonna.
pit?
So the pit is currently behind you. It's elevated ever so slightly, and then there's a large pit leading down.
Okay. I'm going to.
And no, I'm not using a map for this one. For those of you at home, that's the reason why we don't have map camera. This is all theatre of the mind today.
I'm gonna hold my turn until any member of the Broken Sky comes to attack any of us,
Okay.
and then I will attack them with my daggers. So
Okay.
I'll equip my daggers and ready
You
myself.
just like literally pull your
and I want
daggers
to
out.
charge anybody.
Okay. Gonna do.
You said you look like Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Doesn't anymore. Now he looks like Cam.
Yeah. Soz.
With that grin and everything.
Yeah.
Elora.
I am gonna hold my action because I want to see how the Dragonborns react to this rather than.
Okay.
But I am going to notch an arrow.
Okay.
And if they attack, then I am going to shoot.
So you're going to hold it, and if they attack you, you're going to attack them back.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So that's it. You
But
guys.
if they attack any of my friends, I
Okay.
will attack them.
Good stuff. Trollomar.
So where am I in relation
So
to people?
you are currently stood next to. There's a set of 4 stone pillars just behind you. You're currently on the. What's this hand? Right. I have to do that sometimes. You're currently on the right-hand side of the room next to a bunch of stone pillars. The pit is about the raised platform is about 5 feet away from you, and then the pit is probably about 10 feet away from you, and you're some of the 2 statues looming up. You are currently further. You are further down in the room. The only entrance and exit you can see is the one that they've just burst through.
Okay.
Is Granamir burst through as well?
Yes, Granamir is technically wrapped around Elora's shoulders.
Who's around me in terms of Broken Sky people?
So you are actually next to you. You currently have Loban, Juto next to you. Varesh and Victoria are on the opposite side of the room, but they're about 15 feet away from you. And then there are 6 guards who are actually between you and then this group that have burst through the door. They're kind of lined up, readying their weapons.
How many guards do we have?
6.
Would
You
die.
each have 6.
I would have burst
Convenient.
I
The pillars
will-
look about waist high. So if you wanted to, you can actually use the pillars to kind of the pews.
Duck and cover, duck and
I
cover.
will prepare my Eldritch Blast. The energy will build up around my hands, but I shan't do anything. I'll just prepare myself for if
Okay,
something's
so
going to happen.
what you want to do is if you want to, you can do something called holding your action.
Okay.
Which is but you have to specify a very specific set of circumstances that you will take that action. So you
Right.
could say, I'm going to hold my
okay.
action and cast
Until
Eldritch Blast if they attack Elora, or if they attack my friends, or if they try and run away. You can specify a very specific circumstance, but otherwise you'll lose your turn if you don't do it.
Okay.
So what would you like to do?
Well, I shall hold my turn until Broken Sky attack.
Until
Yeah.
Broken Sky attack. Okay, cool. The human woman who was with them, Cassandra, who seems to be this woman in heavy plate armor, short blonde bob cut, and this great sword. She just kind of puts herself into an advanced position. She basically just starts barking orders. She's just like, "Men, prepare yourselves! Don't engage the Dragonborn. Leave him to the champion. I'll take care of the woman." And she kind of stands forward and steps forward. She raises her blade. She's like, "Surrender now, Broken Sky. We'll go easy on you." And that's all she seems to do. Juto.
God, I don't know
Right
what
there.
to do.
He's right there. You can see him.
shit's
He's
up.
kind of almost like lit up from the smoke and the light that burst through. He's just standing in the middle of this doorway, blade at the ready, shield,
The
in his
Rock's
arm.
entrance theme playing as well.
Yeah, it's just like got that, and
yeah.
he's just pointing his blade through, and
You smell.
this instantly sends memories. It's the colour of his scales, which is really what gets you. The gold armour you don't recognise, the weapons you don't recognise, but this kind of almost like red and gold blended together. It looks very unusual, but you can't get that picture out of your mind. You can just remember those scales just stabbing away at your parents.
Lovely.
What would you like to do?
This was not what I prepared for.
D&D.
I'm going to just scream, "Murderer!"
Okay.
And
Yep.
Where's Varesh?
Varesh is currently, he's about 15 feet away from you on the other side of the room next to a bunch of stone pillars.
Is he looking at me?
He is completely distracted by Korak. Like, you can almost see his eyes have started to go bloodshot, and you can see his muscles tensing. He looks like he's about to launch into an attack against Korak. I'd say, you understand martial training quite well, you're accomplished. You can read his body language enough to see that is exactly where he's going to just go mental.
I think that because I am so confused at everything happening, from this one popping into existence to mirror breaking to Elora turning out and everything, and then him being there, I am going to run at Korak,
Okay.
but not entirely know what to do.
So you just run at him.
I'm just gonna run at him.
I mean,
Wait,
you
yeah,
can
my
get to him with your
Guan
movement.
down.
Yeah, you've got your one down. Yeah, you've got all your equipment back. So that's going to be your movement. I'd say just the pure primal scream. It's not quite about you just kind of like screaming and you just start running as you're screaming at him. So you've still got full actions left to do. What would you like to do? So you just run at him, and you're going to get to him within a few seconds. Like, what are you going to do?
Swear.
Yeah, you're not just going to.
You do.
You're not just going to. You've got the momentum. What does Juto do? What would she do?
I'm going to.
Don't worry about it. Open window. Don't worry about it.
Fuck it, he's gonna be really.
No, don't. That's game thinking.
Yeah.
What would Juto do?
She would strike.
Then that's what you do.
Okay.
Cool.
So you just spin the Guandao out.
It was good when it lasted.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Nice knowing you guys.
Goodbye.
You got to think. What would the character do?
16.
16 to hit. Does not hit. His kind of eyes kind of go wide as you rush at him. You spin the Guandao round. He doesn't have enough time to raise his shield, but the blade just hits this solid gold armor, and this thing feels incredibly strong and just bounces off. Still got your bonus actions. Do you want to spend key points? What do you want to do?
I don't have key points.
Have you spent
I
them all?
will
You can still
try
do
and swing, but I'd like to say that because it's just like such
fury.
furious. What I'm doing is not finessed. It
Okay.
is just
Rage.
pure kind of like lashing out with my claws, like
Okay.
rage. Like.
So what I'd say is, as a one-time thing, you won't get this every time you want to do it, but for now you have advantage to attack, but you will have advantage back if he decides to attack you. Because you're kind of just like recklessly
Yeah, so
attacking him. You're
I
just like,
can't
oh,
defend
you're just
myself,
swinging.
yeah.
You're
Reckless
just-
attack.
It's basically a temporary reckless attack.
22.
So the Guandao bounces off the armor, and then you drop the Guandao, and just your hands just clench, and just all this rage and frustration and all the memories just come out, and you just lay into him. Roll damage. You kind of flail, and he goes to like move, but you seem to have taken him completely by surprise, and you just get one solid, and you just, as this solid blow connects, you hear a snap of a tooth, and just one fang just kind of falls out of his mouth. Just blood just spits out across his face. He's just like, his eyes reel for a moment, but he's still up.
While this is happening, I'm just screaming the word murderer over
Yeah,
and
just
over
like,
again.
just like pummeling away. Yep, that's what Juto does. So there you
Where
go.
I hid my immovable rod.
Oh my, in the butt. All of the green and black, the gilded arms, the mercenaries that are with Korak, they all begin to spread out. Two of them each go to, so three of them each take a pew and duck behind it, and then they level their crossbows, and they are aiming for the other guardsmen. I'm just going to do one generic attack. And you basically start to see, like, they knuckle down, they lean these crossbows over, twang, a volley of 6 bolts. The broken sky guards all take a number of hits and like wounds, but they're still up, and you can see them roll and duck into cover as well. That's their go. Varesh, the blue dragonborn, greatsword he pulled out as soon as the mirror shattered. He actually drew it. He just like looks. He sees Korak. He's just like, yes, Tiefling, together we can kill him! And just runs in and charges Korak alongside you and starts fighting against Korak as well. That's his first attack misses. His second attack also misses. But he then seems to get a surge of an adrenaline and attacks. Fucking hell, I can't believe that rolled. So he gets a surge of adrenaline, he uses an action surge, and with this swing, it looks as if it's about to like connect into Korak's neck. It's a critical hit, but as it hits the golden armor, just it still does damage, but he does not suffer a critical hit.
Legendary.
So that's 4, 8. Yep. And it just, like, but it still seems to like pierce through, and the two of you are now trying to fight Korak together, or at least you're just pummeling him. Varesh is kind of using you almost to kind of get in the way of his blows. He's actually somewhat using you tactically because he knows that you just can't. You're just uncontrolled rage at the moment. And then as a bonus action, Varesh turns to 3 of the guards, takes an inhale of breath. And a line of lightning shoots out of his mouth. Blue lightning. And 3 of the guards that were with you just collapse in pain, just like shuddering as their bodies are electrocuted. As he just shudders.
Are they
and
still alive?
No, they fall down.
Oh God, great.
I rolled a lot of damage on that. That's Varesh's go.
Should we join whoever wins this fight?
Yeah.
Just step back and be
Should
like,
we just go to McDonald's?
observe.
Victoria looks around, runs over to a portion of the wall on the left-hand side, pulls down a wall sconce, a stone door opens, and she heads inside.
Worse.
Let's
Let's do the same.
I'm too busy
Loban.
being angry.
Loban Trogdor!
I really am very
Yeah,
conflicted right now.
Shit.
Is Lee still, or Lau?
Oh yeah, technically he
Lau.
was with you as well.
Yeah.
Might have forgotten about him.
Always forgetting the Tiefling's mate.
Yeah, it's a massive racist.
Come to you next.
It's fine. Come against God. No, Logan, what would you like to do?
I genuinely don't know.
If your character is just like, I don't know, what would Loban do? What is Loban's motivation? What would he value most? Is the way to think about it. Don't you try and
I'm going
do little
to-
sniggery whispers.
I'll just tell Trot he's a prick.
Follow Victoria.
Yep, so you run off that way as well. Okay, Loban just trots off towards the secret entrance. As you kind of get, because you move a bit slower than her and she was a bit further ahead of you, as you get to the secret doors, you can see her just at the very faint end with your dim light coming from the other room. You can see her opening what appears to be another secret door into another room through a short corridor. And you can just see her like starting to slip out into that, and that's the last thing that you see. Korak.
I held my turn, right?
What did you do?
if
Oh
anyone-
yeah, because you had so you guys. So yeah, so the 3 of
Technically,
you.
Korak is about to attack Juto, right?
Yeah, but Varesh did also attack some of the guards, but I guess they're not your friends. But yeah, you guys.
But I mean, like, now
Actually,
that it's
yeah,
Korak's
technically
go,
nobody's
right?
attacked. Nobody's attacked yet. You don't know who
But I know
Korak's about
Juto
to
has
attack.
gone into a threatening situation.
Yeah, it's true. But you did say if they attack any of your friends.
Okay. So after this,
Yeah, I would
jump
say it'll
into
probably be
action.
about after this. So, Korak kind of like seems confused, but then his battle instincts take over. He just looks down. He's like, "Argh." With you, he's going to try and like, because you're just wailing on him almost. You're not trying to. You're not
Pointlessly.
seriously threat. He puts his shield and he tries to push you out of the way. So he has an advantage. Oh, that's good because that was a 1. No, that's no good. Yeah, that's like a 12.
15.
Yeah, so he tries to get it in the way, but you just duck underneath the shield, and with the opening you try and get some more pummeling blows in. With his other attack, he strikes out at Varesh with the blade. That is going to be, yep, easily a hit.
Does he want to say anything?
Nope. He will do in a minute, but he's focused on the current immediate threat.
Alright, liver.
Wait, my lover. Nice day.
Alright, me babber.
does that. So what happens is he kind of gets in. He's just like and he strikes at Varesh. He's just like,
Elora, gather your friends. We must get them out of here now. Guardsmen, fall back. Don't let him use his lightning. After the spellcaster, Cassandra. I'll deal with this Dragonborn.
and he's just like, if you can get this tiefling away, do it.
Okay.
Can you do anything else? No, you won't do anything else just yet. Okay, and then the Broken Sky Guards go. They're going to shoot back at the 3 remaining Gilded Arms mercenaries. Another volley of fire. You guys now go.
I'm going to run up to Juto, try and pull her off Korak, shouting, "This is not the right time." Juto!
So you run up to her. I need you to give me a.
Can I assist him with this?
So you both.
Can we go at the same time?
I'd say you
because
both.
that's what I was going to do.
Sure. Okay. So whoever has the higher strength or dexterity, make a strength or dexterity
11.
check.
Wait. Dexterity plus.
Do I have to
My
do anything?
dexterity is 16.
Mine's the same.
Okay. So
Well,
it doesn't
you
really
get
matter.
16s.
So whoever rolls has advantage because you're getting assistance.
Well, I got a 17.
You can go.
Do I throw anything?
Yes, I need you to make a. Well, so you got a 17 total, did you say?
No.
No, 14. I got 17 total.
19.
Yeah, it was just giving him advantage, like I've done it. So you got 19 in total, right? So I need you to make a Dex saving throw.
Plus 6. Oh, fuck.
She's agile, man. She's really agile, nimble.
Wiggly. Natural 1!
Natural 1. So the
Nice.
2 of you together, you both get one of Juto's arms, like as she kind of reels in for a punch. You grab both of his arms, and what, you're going to just pull her away?
Yeah.
Pull her
and
out,
I'm
and I
pull her
saw
towards the door.
Torben. Yeah, I saw Torben go
And
through there.
Okay.
I'm
That's
gonna,
a good idea.
So
I'm
are you
gonna
going to follow Loban?
Loban, sorry.
So you're going to go back towards the secret entrance?
No. Pull her towards the door where I came in. I'm pulling her towards the door where I came in.
Okay, so I'm going to say that because he's pulling one way and you're pulling the other way, you both
No.
just got
Kid
this
arms.
thing of like, no, like you kind of have this thing of like, no, Cam, this way,
You need
no,
to go
this
out
way.
the door.
Oh. But that's the secret door, which is cooler.
Shut up!
Okay.
But for now, the time being is you've restrained Juto, you don't move her away currently. 'Cause you kind of
I
pull
am
her
gonna
from different
shout-
directions.
Trelmar, get out. Follow us as well.
Well,
so that he can.
so technically your action would have triggered because they did attack some of the other guys. What would you like to do?
I will have followed Loban
Okay,
and
so
Victoria.
all right, so you kind of see that happening. You go after that. That's it. Check. Yeah, we could do one more round and then we'll take a break. We'll do one more round and then we'll
We
take a
pulled
break.
off Juto.
No, because you were both trying to pull her in different directions. Like, you wanted to go one way, Elora wanted to go the other way. I'm going to say that in the heat of the
right
moment.
way.
Yeah, but I'm going to say in the heat of the moment, you went with what Cam would have thought to have done. You would have done what Elora wanted to done, and that means that you didn't go anywhere. I think that
But we
that
took
would
her
make
off
sense.
of Korak.
Yeah, you've got her off of Korang, and but
That's
you've
fine.
currently got her restrained. She will get a chance to break free.
She wants to break free.
But it is Cam's go. So that was your action, which I say would trigger just as she went for Korak.
I'll say, fine, and I will run in that direction with
Okay.
Juto. I assume I will be pulling everybody with me.
Yeah, so basically the 2 of you, I'm going to say, will skip your initiative and you go at the same time, where you basically
I was
just...
right after him
yeah,
anyway,
so
so,
you're
I
just
would
gonna-
have followed.
I'm also going to
Boom.
shout back. Hope you look forward to the performance, Korak. See ya!
just like pulling her away. You get her outside of the door. That's pretty much what you do. It's slow movement because it's difficult terrain while you're trying to drag somebody, so you only
really.
get about...
Fidgety as well.
You get about
Like,
50... yeah,
I'm
you,
like-
you're go, you get
Calm
to break
down.
free, basically.
I'm swearing in different languages.
Look,
I'm like...
Clear your head. This is
I'm just like...
stupid.
So you get
This is
about
not the
15
time.
feet out that way.
Stupid.
That was Cam, Elora...
You stupid.
Right, Trolamar, you rush off down, following after Loban. You actually get a little bit further than him. You kind of get up to the secret door. You just see Victoria going into another larger room down a secret entrance. It's about 20 feet long. What would you like to do?
Keep going after her.
So you just gun straight after her. You run down into the room, and as you enter it, you can see it's around about 25 foot by 25 foot, and it looks like a very well decorated office. It looks like they've cleared out what was probably once an old kind of burial chamber, and they've actually laid down like fur rugs, and they've got like bookcases down here. There's desks, there's a table, there's actually a large bed as well, which actually looks quite nice. You can see that the table and the desk are both covered in notes and books and things like that, and Victoria is hastily scooping them up into a bag, and she looks around and she's just like, Trolamar, we need to get out of here. I know a secret entrance down that we can escape from. Come on, let's go. She's just like scooping them all up into a bag.
Old Faithful.
Iron Man style. All right, awesome. Go for it.
Fucking hell.
I'd say that you currently, because she doesn't see you as a threat, you have advantage because she'd be unaware.
Please get crit.
Holy shit.
Roll again though, because you might get a
Oh yeah.
nat 20. So you want to roll again and take the highest. No.
24. 24 easily hits. Like she's just like turns her back on you and is scooping up these notes, and then you just get this
In
purple
the back.
shadow that lights the room, like this purple light. Just and she kind of like looks around and just sees.
Tony Stark stuff.
Yeah.
What are you
13.
doing? That's.
No,
Yeah. No. D10 plus charisma.
He's got it. Okay.
Yeah. He's got it.
Oh yeah, you rolled really high. I thought you were taking it from that.
No.
That's fine.
13.
13 damage. You. She just stumbles forward. The robe on her back is just blasted away, exposing kind of like skin on her back, which is now just blasted and scarred with magical force. Just.
Gonna leave a mark.
She's just like, ah! She like desperately turns around. She's like, no, you traitoring bastard! That's your go. So that was Trell. The human female paladin.
Powerful. Yeah.
She would technically run after you. So you see this human woman run up. She probably gets to about you, and then she's going to get further down the corridor, but doesn't get further than that. She's like basically chasing after.
Running past him,
Like,
he's like, "Ah."
he's only got little legs. He's only got tiny legs. She like runs past you, great sword out, and she's basically coming after Victoria as well. Juto, you want to try and break free?
Stop rigging.
Don't break free.
What would Juto do?
Dead weight.
Yeah, I'm gonna break free.
Okay, so strength or dexterity? Oh no, acrobatics or athletics. One of you two make an athletics
I'm
or
gonna make
acrobat. In
acrobatics.
fact, let's, for the sake of simplicity, Katie, let's say Trot do it because he rolled it last time. But you have advantage because Elora is helping
Natural
you.
20.
Oh,
Holy
fuck.
shit.
Not. Well, you'd have to add the bonuses up
Did
anyway.
both.
Oh.
He did, yeah. Just the rage, the pure rage of the situation. Like, you don't realise who it is that's holding you back as well. You just, and suddenly her muscles just whoosh, and just snap free. What do you want to do? That's at the start of your turn. You can move. Do you attack
Juto,
Cora?
no. Bad Juto.
Piss off, racist.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
racist.
You run back in the
run
room.
back into the room.
Just start pummeling
Do
away.
I have enough time?
Yeah. Well, because you've got extended movement, so even using your movement to break free, you still have enough to easily get back to Korak and start wailing on him.
Who's nearest to me, Korak or Varash?
Korak at this point, actually, because you're coming from the rear.
I guess I can't react. No.
She literally like breaks free like unexpectedly. You're like trying to hold her, and you're like, ah, trying to grab her. Unless you have a spell or something that you can use as a reaction.
I'm just gonna launch myself on Korak from behind, like
Just
almost
try
trying to grapple him.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Suit of armor.
Okay.
So what would that be?
Give me, because you're trying to grapple him, you can't use acrobatics to escape, so it's an athletics check.
Christ almighty.
Oh, hollow, nice. Reverse hollow there. It's good.
Thanks, man.
7.
7. Yeah, so you try and latch onto him, you try and just pin his arms, but there's unfathomable strength beneath the armor. He just he just like, he just flexes you off. He's just like, "Ugh." He just turns it, because he's seen you pull this tiefling off of him, he's just like, I don't know who she is, but get her under control. I need to fight this one.
Cold, man. Cold.
He's fighting for his life.
You murdered my parents!
He's just like, she's raving. Deal with her.
Sorry!
So you try to grapple. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of your thing. Varesh, however, does press the advantage.
Distracted.
Oh, I'm making things spicy, aren't I?
Spicy,
Oh, no.
inconvenient, awful.
You had to get the one guy I didn't want.
The one guy.
He's the only one who's gonna beat him.
I don't know that.
Apparently, he's like made
So-
of steel.
Varesh like strikes, seeing that the armor obviously absorbs a lot of blows. He switches his combat style up, and now he goes for a number of jabbing kind of things to throw him off balance, and then gets a cut across Korak's face. Just but the other one connects. Korak raises his shield, desperately trying to fend Juto off, who's trying to grab onto his arms. Manages to get his shield up in time, but definitely seems to be struggling, especially with Juto kind of interfering with him. He doesn't seem to be able to actually get much purchase on his blades and weapons.
Bugger.
Victoria turns around, just like her
Just there.
face dark with anger, looks at you. It's just like, and you can see lightning just crackle up of her arms. Dexterity saving throw.
Please, take half damage. Because if not, you're
Two people there.
Oh, fucking natural one! It doesn't make it worse. It doesn't make it worse.
It just means you get hit.
It just means you're probably going down.
A lightning bolt extends from her hand, the last one she had left.
Oh my Christ, no!
Right, so a lightning bolt's damage is 8d6. I've just rolled 2 6s on the first two. Like, my dice is ridiculous.
16, 200, 300, 13, 15.
Fucking hell, his face.
Right, I will never roll damage on anything that well ever again. Like, I must have rolled like 5 6s. You take 37 points of damage.
Cool. You're
Just-
fine, right?
This bolt launches out, passes through your chest. I take it you go down. Yeah. Basically,
And then some.
Just. You don't die from massive damage, which is a good thing, which can happen. But
Unless
yeah,
it's your HP again, right?
it's exactly. It's your HP again in minuses. But yeah, you're just like
Wasn't far off.
Was it not?
and just fall down, and you just hear this. Like the last thing you see is just this angry woman, just her arms physically shaking from power, just desperately, heavily breathing. Loban, you watch as this bolt of lightning bounces off the stone. The human woman basically leaps in front of you with a shield, which catches some of the the arcing damage, the arcing power. She just kind of catches it all under her shield, like kind of protecting you from some of it.
That's sweet.
And then that's the last thing you see, and then you just hear thump as somebody falls down.
We're back on form, guys. Trials down in an episode.
Loban, your go.
Nobody.
It's because everyone's back, that's the trouble.
So what's the power that you made?
Cassandra. You don't know her name, but you've just basically seen this woman. She's entered with Elora. That's the only thing that you really know.
But
is that she
she's
was
just
with
sort of
Elora.
like.
Yeah, and she's
quite
protected
close
you.
to
Yeah.
me. Right. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I cast Shocking Grasp on the paladin.
Okay. Okay. Yep. So you have advantage because she's wearing metal
She's
armor.
gonna die.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
So what is it? Just 1d20?
It's a plus your spell attack bonus.
So that's fine.
Trot's just like, I'm just gonna rub my eyes.
It's because I didn't bring Granamir.
It's 10.
Plus.
You didn't have advantage on saving throws, yeah.
Wait, no, but
10.
Granamir was.
Is that with advantage? She gets to
Yeah,
roll
it's 5
twice.
plus 5.
He's running
Oh,
You
no,
get-
sorry,
you get to-
advantage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
sorry,
you get to
no,
roll
yeah.
twice and use the highest one.
That's 4, 6. Sorry,
Yeah,
that's even worse.
So you kind of take a moment and you think about the situation you're in and what you can accomplish, and you just feel the lightning in your hand. You feel the wild magic beams crackle. You reach up, you touch the armor. This spark of energy. You just feel her body tense. But she seems to resist kind of the effects of it. She looks down at you with a very confused looking face. That was your action? You can still try and move. If you try and move away, she might try and attack you or grab you or something like that.
No, I'll stay
Just
where
kind
I
of
am.
stand where you are, looking up at her. Okay, she seems very confused. That was Loban's go. Korak.
He's loving life right now.
Okay, so for one of his attacks, he's going to try and elbow you in the face. He tries to knock you out in a blow. Natural 20. So
Of course.
no, but he's not trained in unarmed combat, so it's not going to do crazy damage. I'd say it's going to do he's going to get that. So you take 6 points of damage just as this heavy, muscular, armored elbow just into your face. Probably breaks your nose. Blood kind of spurts down your mouth. Just as it kind of sends you a bit reeling.
6 points.
6 points, yeah. And then with his other blow, he's going to strike at Varesh.
Does it knock her off?
Well, she never
I
got
never-
on.
I
She never
never-
got onto him.
on, right.
So
I was not strong enough.
he cuts another deep swathe, and you can see where the full blade sword strikes against Varesh's armor. It just gouges the metal away, and you can see it magic starts to leak out like this kind of mist, this kind of bluish kind of glow mist of Varesh's armor seems to just seep outwards, kind of almost as if it's losing its enchantment powers as the blade just strikes across it. Korak is going to spend his action surge to attack again, but he misses. Of course he does. Champion of Talisval can't hit a normal man.
Big blue dragon.
Big boy, technically, yeah, that's very true. It's not a normal.
Muscly.
And then
glistening.
the guards make a final attack, and they just seem to be engaged with the other guards currently. Like there's 3 on 6, so they're currently desperately just trying to take pot shots really and whittle them down. I think. Okay, we'll take a quick toilet break there because I badly need a drink because my throat is going already. We'll take a 5-minute break to do the fan arts, and then we'll come straight
fan
back.
art is quite long, so.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes or so.
Okay, great. So, Steve, if you can cue that up and play the fan art video, and we'll take a
Don't
short
go
break.
anywhere.
Don't go anywhere for the exciting conclusion of High Rollers.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah! I'm gonna die. Especially if bloody... Hello and welcome back to the High Rollers. In the middle of combat, we just had a bit break there. Thank you, Tron Katie, for doing that lovely fan art, and thank you everybody that sent fan art in.
Thanks
it
for
was
the fan art.
Yeah,
super
thanks for the art.
awesome. Very excited. It's all very cool. We left things off in combat, in the middle of combat, and it is now Cam's go.
Oh god, the smile.
So to give you a recap of where everybody currently is.
Yes, please.
You have yourself and Elora are just outside the doors leading into this kind of temple room. You had tried to jag Juto back, but she's broken free and is now again trying to grapple and just fight Korak in some manner. You two are next to each other. Korak, Juto, and Varesh, the blue Dragonborn, are currently fighting just outside the door to the temple. Korak is currently actually not struggling, but he doesn't seem to be able to get as many blows on Varesh as he would like because he's constantly having to fend Juto off. You have the number of guards are fighting each other further down in the room. They're just kind of firing at each other with crossbows across several pews in a kind of Western gunfight, like pew pew, Uncharted style. And elsewhere that you aren't aware of, Trelemar has dropped to 0 after being lightning bolted by Victoria, who is also badly injured. Loban and Cassandra, who's a paladin that has accompanied Elora and Korak, looks like they're about to rescue him when Loban tried to electrocute her. So that is where everything is as a recap for you, the viewer, as well.
Does the Lightborn race on the DM's Guild have a spidey sense for when friends go down?
No.
In which case, I will run towards Juto, cussing.
Just like, fuck, fuck.
Just horrible shit.
Okay.
And I will look at her, just wailing on this guy,
Yep.
and put my hand out, charm person.
You're going to charm Juto.
Wow.
Okay. Juto, wisdom saving throw.
Wasdom.
Wasdom!
Calm down, Juto.
And if you'd like to know more about the new revised Lightborn, you can check out.
She got a 4.
4, you are charmed. You see Cam Buckland as your trusted ally for the next hour.
Come to me.
And Cam, you have advantage on all social skills against Juto for the next hour.
I don't like this.
Stop attacking Korak. Come with me. We have to leave.
Come on, make a nobler speech than that.
Come on, Juto. We have to leave. This is not the time. Get off your ass. Get over here.
That's where you can. That is your go. You can do anything else?
I will
You've got move and bonus action left.
ensure that she comes to me,
Okay.
and I will hold my action.
You've used your action. You've only got movement and bonus action left. Getting stickler on the rules.
Fair enough. I will cast
That face.
Charm Person on myself.
Yeah, I don't know what spells you've got as bonus actions and stuff like that. I don't know if your Channel Divinity is
I
bonus action
actually
stuff.
have a few, Mark. Thank you.
Oh, you've got healing word and stuff then.
Yeah.
I will not do anything else. I will
Poison's
move back,
Okay, so you just
Uh,
move back.
Poison. Just
further back, so
Pretend
beckoning
I'm not
Juto,
Can't help me.
like a Pied Piper,
Okay,
being
cool.
very alluring.
I got nothing.
Sounds good.
I-
Elora.
Yesy. I am going to hold my action until after Juto's action to make sure that she does
Okay,
come away.
so we're holding actions. It's you have to specify what you're going to do and
I
what
am
triggers
going to. Okay, so if she doesn't
it. Mm-hmm.
come towards us out the door,
Mhm.
I am going to drag her out the door.
Okay, perfect.
That is what I'm going to do.
Works perfectly.
She's going to hold person by holding her action.
I don't have that spell.
Trelemar, I need you to make a death saving throw, please.
No!
Here we go.
8. 8. So you get 1 cross on your death saves. Right. 2 more.
Hey, Loban.
Juto.
Any healing, Loban?
Oh no, sorry, it's Trelemar. Cassandra looks to you. What are you doing? She's just like, you must be with them, and will go to do stuff. So I need to find her stats.
Classic Cass.
Actually, let me think about what.
What are you doing? What are
Yeah.
you doing?
What are you doing?
Doing the thing that my character would do.
And
That was told
that-
to me by Mark.
I know. That's not. I don't put this on me. I didn't tell you what to do.
Mate,
This is
mate.
your
No, you
character
just
concept.
said do what your character
Exact-
would
yes,
do,
thank
so
you,
That's
good.
what I'm doing.
That's not going to help. That's not going to help. That's not going to help. Shit. No, she will. Yeah, she's just gonna. She's gonna have to attack you. She might not. She's not gonna try and kill you, but she's gonna try
Finger
and
of
attack you.
death.
What's your AC?
Let me find out about that. Where is that?
11. It's in the
Oh,
shield. So
11.
11. Right. Okay.
Smack you
great
upside the
sword.
head, son.
Yeah.
Oops. Up. Stand your head. Telling me to stand up.
You've been sitting down for too long.
All right.
Stand up.
So, she kind of shoves you a little bit with one hand just to bring up her sword. She kind of like closes her eyes, and when she opens them again, they're just full of kind of divine radiance. Her blade glows, poof, and you just feel this kind of thunderous power just strike your chest. You take 15 damage,
Cool.
but if it reduces you to 0, you are not dying. She's trying to basically knock you unconscious with
Okay.
the force of the blow, not actually kill you.
So I have 1 health then.
You have 1 health
I
left.
had 14.
You had 14,
so that
so
would
you-
have killed me.
Yeah, so you
but-
go to 0,
I go to 0,
and you just fall unconscious basically.
Right, okay.
But you are not dying
Fab.
because she does
2
not.
people down. This is,
I am
going great.
unconscious.
You are just
He deserved
unconscious.
Are we able to see that?
You
or
just
are they
hear this
through the door.
You just hear this boom, and then that's it. That's all you hear.
Someone drop
Because
the
they're
bass.
currently inside the corridor, like they're in the secret corridor basically.
Yeah, we have no way of knowing what's going on in there.
You then hear. I need to check if a certain paladin ability is a bonus action or not.
Mass resurrection.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's an action now. So you basically just hear. Well, nobody knows what's going on. None of you know. None of you know what's going on.
Okay.
You're really smart.
Juto.
I know I'd heal you.
Right,
I have
yeah.
no idea. you're
charmed.
gonna-
You are charmed. You are not under mind control. You see Cam as your most trusted friend. You regard him as your closest ally. But at the same time, you are not mind controlled by him. He is telling you to go with him, but you still have these strong feelings. Like your feelings towards Crack don't go away. But I would say that if you want to do something that is not what Trot is encouraging you to do, or what Cam is encouraging you to do, it'd probably be something like a wisdom saving throw to try and, resist doing something that your friend is desperately telling you to do.
So if I'm just full of like angry murder rage at the moment, surely that would be kind of like a good.
I would give you advantage on the saving throw, but I still think you need to make a throw because, like, the spell, it's not really meant to be used to control somebody. It's like, hey, I'm your best friend. You should listen to what I'm telling you.
It beat a wisdom save.
Yeah, I would say it would still be a wisdom saving throw.
I think that the shock of suddenly being charmed and looking at Cam
You just as
as an ally would kind of shake me a bit and
Okay.
be like, I think that kind of first wave of anger would drop
Okay.
a little bit, and
Mhm.
I'd just be confused and like,
You just turn around.
yeah.
And it's like you look at him and there is this genuine sense like you've seen a friend that you've not seen in years, somebody that you desperately care about as, as a close ally.
really
Not
shiny
like in a
gold
in a
armor.
friendship way, like you just this is somebody that you really want to trust. And yeah,
Long
I
flowing
think
black
it's
hair.
reasonable that it could shock you out of the initial rage and would leave you a bit confused. You might not
Natural
necessarily
20.
go with him, but
Oh, why did you have to say that?
just coiled up there in the trousers, just wrapped around a leg.
Like a fruit winder. Or a
I'm just gonna
bratwurst.
Don't
take
eat
a knife
that,
and
no, I was
stab
gonna say,
myself in the
it's
eyes.
more like a bratwurst, I would say. Yeah,
I'm just gonna
Stop
stab my eyes
encouraging it.
out.
can't help it. It's too
Stabbing
funny.
my eyes out.
Did you just say you're too funny?
He's too funny.
Oh, I thought you said
Juto,
Can
please.
As
Come
he's
this way.
talking to me, can I just look back towards Korak and Varesh, and what am I seeing?
Those two, like, because you were kind of next to Korak, he's kind of like fighting Varesh, but he's kind of keeping an eye on you, just desperately making sure he's like shields there or that he's ready to knock you away if you come towards him, but he's not attacking you.
Where's the other tiefling? Where's Lau?
So I forgot about that guy. He was. just
Where's
because I'm not putting him on
Lau's
initiative. He would have
Oh,
been
that
there.
tiefling.
So I would say he is currently probably hiding with the 3 guardsmen, the gilded mercenaries. He's kind of made his way over to them. He's crouched down behind a pillar, taking cover.
What would I do?
What would Juto do?
What would charmed Juto do?
It's true.
hint, hint, hint.
It's like that shell shock moment where like everything's a bit quiet and she's like looking around.
There's kind of, because you can hear the sounds of battle, like clashing of blades,
It's nice
crossbow
imagery,
twangs going off, shouts and cries. But when you with the wave of the charm, the clearest voice is Cam's voice.
I think I would do
Is
nothing.
it me you're looking for? What would you do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Because
you just kind of,
I'm too shocked and too, because it was from everything happening, it was such a big confusion, and then seeing Korak, it was just tunnel vision,
shocked, yeah.
like right on him. And now that this guy has charmed me,
opposite.
I'm actually looking around the room going,
What is
what
going
the
on?
hell just happened? And I
Okay.
think all kind of everything is just, it's too much, it's information overload.
Okay,
I'm
sounds,
like, yeah.
that sounds super reasonable and super good.
So
Sounds
she didn't.
great.
She didn't move.
That
So
triggers
That's
Laura's-
true. Yeah, you just
She didn't
you
move.
see her kind of like look around, kind of blink a few times and look around,
And-
but she doesn't move.
so I'm going to approach her and just gently take her hand and say, "We will fix this later. Now is not the time," and pull her towards the door.
Okay.
Just as a friend.
No resistance, so she does kind
Pull her
of follow
towards the door.
you, but you can see that there's definitely like a looking around. There's definitely a kind of like what is going on kind of thing. You
It's
obviously
it's
see
just
this
too
happening.
much. It's too much information and too much emotion, and I'm confused and I'm
Yeah. Seeing
like,
that she's
traumatized.
calm, I don't want
Brain's
to
imploded.
violently drag her. I just want to take her hand and pull her towards the door.
As you're doing that, the guards, the Gilded Arms mercenaries, are desperately trying to get some bolts off, but they're just being surrounded. You can see that the Broken Sky Guards have moved up and are now closing in on them, and they're desperately just desperately trying to take cover. Varesh is just like, I don't need the Tiefling to destroy you. I will reclaim my place in Brasaris with your death. And then he just starts swinging his sword.
place.
That is going to miss. That is, however,
So
going
does
to
the
hit.
human. Human.
Varesh strikes another bad blow against Korak, this time cutting through just a chink in the armor where some plates are separated. You can just, The champion kind of clutches at his side. That is Varesh. That's an interesting one. What do they do? It's Victoria's turn. Yep, she's going to do that. That's their go.
She's gonna kick Trell's ball.
Loban,
I'm unconscious.
you're unconscious. You don't take any saving throws because she did non-lethal damage to you. She just knocked you unconscious. So, you do nothing.
Okay.
You are dead.
Korak fights back against
Yeah.
Varesh. That's a hit.
Well, technically none of you saw what happened. Just
That's
about
true.
Yeah, we have no idea.
I'm gonna
What a
stop.
nice guy that knows.
it.
He wouldn't do anything rational.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so Korak, he swings 2 times at Varesh, and you see that the two are defending blows. Now Juto, you've pulled Juto out of the way. He kind of glances, sees that it's clear, takes a step back. And a cone of flame jets out, engulfing Varesh and catching some of the Gilded Arms mercenaries. Not the Gilded Arms, the Broken Sky Guards as well. So Varesh needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Fails. Guards also fail.
Now is the time to roll the high damage mark.
No. And don't worry, I did. 3 of the Broken Sky Guards just get engulfed in flame, and just collapse to the ground. And Varesh takes some really bad damage as well.
Fire versus lightning.
And just like, damn you, metallic scum! And he just like clutches away, desperately fighting it off. Guards, take a moment.
Love the idea of
The-
just him chatting away while she's just like engulfed in flames, just like damn you, and it's just like
He's kind of holding up arms to try and block it, but yeah, just getting burned. The remaining 3 Gilded Arms mercenaries pop up with their crossbows, seeing as the Broken Sky turn to Korak, who's just engulfed their friends in flame. 3 of them pop up and just finish off the other 3.
Oh,
they
nice.
grab Lao, pick him up, and they're like, let's move, let's get out of here, and they start making their way back. Korak kind of blocking their defense, letting them get past. Cam. I almost called you Wald because I put it down here as Wald. Cam, what would you like to do? Juto is now moved away. You can see that Elora's got her by the hand, but she looks thoroughly confused.
They've gone ahead of me, away.
No, they're pretty much caught up because you moved back, so they've caught up to you where you currently are.
charm person last.
An hour, you said.
1 hour.
I was
Yeah,
taking a
you
drink,
know
otherwise I
what,
would have told
Dave?
you quicker.
I'm going to pop the immovable rod down the back of her neck and grab it through the material and then push her forward.
Yes! Okay, so what, you literally just like get her in place and then.
I've got my thumb over the fabric of the button.
Oh, okay, so you're like a dog collar,
Yeah.
effectively.
It's like I'm just moving, pushing her forward.
So if she
Okay.
tries to get
My
away, she's
fist
just
in
gonna
her
go.
back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
It's
you
just
can do
in
that.
my robe. I could just rip the robe.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
try ripping it though.
But yeah,
Naked
you're like
judo.
you put that in. Bit too distracted for her to really stop you. So and also yeah, you just kind of slip it down and you get your hand over it. That's what you do.
There.
You're
Where did
about
Trell and that gnome go?
you're about 30 foot away from the door. So I'd say that's bonus action. I would say easy enough to do. Just put like this rod down a thing. You've still got to move in an action.
I'm gonna push her
You just
away as
start
much
moving
possible.
moving Juto away. Okay.
Yeah.
You start moving Juto away.
But I'm also shouting, "Where's Trell?
Okay.
Where's the gnome?"
Elora.
Did I see Trell and Loban go
Sort of
down?
run down the secret corridor after the woman.
How far away am I from the...
From there, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, about 35 feet away to the secret door.
Where do they go?
I guess I will...
Nobody's telling you nothing.
Where do they go?
Can I use my full turn to get further? Can I do double movement?
Yeah, of course,
Can
yeah.
can I get as far as I can just looking for them?
Okay, so, a couple of things. You absolutely can, you can move up to it, however, that will put you past Varesh.
Is
You'll
there
have to
any
move
way that
past
I
him.
can go... Because I'm not next to him at the moment. Can I go round?
Form of a
If it
wolf.
takes
Nope.
longer?
Nope. Yeah, it's
Not
basically,
wolf
he
form.
is currently stood right inside the door, and to get round him, you'd have to at least move close enough that he would be able to strike you, unfortunately. But you'd only get the one attack.
Where did Trell go?
Yes, I will do it.
Cam's just like, where did Troll go?
Just
like-
answer.
Okay.
You gonna go for it?
I suppose.
So you just duck in elf form, you just start running. You go to run past, Rush is like, no! Ah! And like goes to take a swing at you. Because why not? Ooh, you might be alright. 14.
That is my AC.
Oh, 14 hits. You take 9 points of damage as this
Okay.
blade catches your arm, just cutting a
got a
deep
rubber.
gash. I don't know if I
Not
do.
very-
There's only this pencil as well.
There you go. Thanks, Cam. Cam.
Thanks, Cam.
Thanks, Cam. So you take 9 points damage as this blade just cuts across your arm. But yeah, you manage to make your way. You get up to the secret entrance, and you look down it, and this is with just your movement. Well, in fact, actually, movement and a bit. About 20 feet in front. No, yeah, 20 feet in front of you. You can see Trell is currently on the floor unconscious. Stood next to him, however, is the human woman in the armor who's like looking around, but you can see her about to kneel down and
She's
do
about
something.
to kneel
Yeah.
down. Okay, so I get.
You can use the rest of your movement to get up next to them.
Can I get next to her,
Yep.
but still sort of be
Yeah.
out of distance? I know that
Like hugging
Victoria's
the wall.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yep.
I'm going to be careful about
Okay.
it.
Yeah, you move up to her. She's just like, oh, Elora.
Do I see him as well?
Yeah, you see him currently unconscious in the ground.
I'm more,
in the
sorry, but
corridor.
I'm more concerned about Trell. Sorry.
That's fine. He's still
We'll see what
around
happens
the corner,
next
isn't he?
round.
Yeah, well, you're in this corridor on the ground,
Yeah.
and then Trell is just inside the room, and the human paladin woman is next to him,
Yeah.
and Elora runs past. Cassandra looks at you, and she's just like, "He's all right. I've got this one. The gnome tried to attack me. The female spellcaster, she vanished. She used some sort of teleport spell. I don't know where she's gone.
I think
She had
the
loads of
gnome's
notes with her.
confused. She ran.
She used some spell. She teleported. I don't know where she's gone.
Fair.
She had a bag full of papers. I don't know where she's gone. There might be another exit out of this room, but I haven't seen one. I was too busy tending to your friend.
Okay. Thanks. I don't have anything else.
No,
I
okay.
got nothing.
All right. Well, no, we can go at the same time. You suddenly feel warmth filling your body. Cassandra uses her lay on hands ability 20 hit points.
Yeah.
Actually, no, she wouldn't use all of it. 10 hit points.
Tease.
It's because she can choose how much she uses, but I figured actually she would save some just in case. So you get 10 hit points, so you go back up to 10. You kind of fill up. You see this kind of human woman. She looks quite young, maybe sort of late teens, early 20s. Just short, blonde, bob cut, plate mail armor, symbol of what looks to be a platinum dragon blazoned on her armor. And she's just like, you're all right. Elora's here with us. Did you see where she went?
I was too busy being electrocuted to death.
Sorry, yes, you're right. I'm sorry. It's just like, yes, that was very stupid of me.
Wow.
But thank you for saving my life.
It's fine.
Much appreciated.
It's fine. She then moves up into the room. She can make a perception check. No. Cholamar. You get woken up. You're currently on 0. You're on the ground. It's half movement stand up.
Yeah.
So you get up. What would you like to do?
All right.
Stop.
Just look over it on.
I just feel like happened again, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah.
Where were you? Where were you all?
Didn't know you were down.
Jesus Christ.
You took the wrong door.
Right.
You look around. There's no sign of Victoria. The papers are all gone.
Can I do a, I don't know, perception check to see
Yeah,
if
of
there's
course,
any levers,
Yep.
secret things?
Yep. Perception or investigation. I'm nice, so I let you use either
Investigation.
because it makes sense.
It does.
14.
14. You look around, and as you go up to the northern-facing side of the wall, you notice that Victoria probably hadn't had time to put it back, but there is a stone which is ever so slightly out of place. As you pull it out, you can see that behind it is like a pull lever, basically. That's it.
Yeah. Pull it.
A section of the door slides away, and you can see it leads out into another short corridor, which then seems to lead into a larger room with another open secret door. Looks like it wasn't shut behind her, which leads out into a large meeting room with a large round table and several chairs, and then another pair of open doors on the other side.
So many doors.
I think she went down this way. I think we should go after her.
Okay.
Okay. So that's your go.
Yep.
So it's Chomar, Resh. How injured is he? He's pretty damn well injured. Okay. He is going to. So Varesh ducks his shoulders and tries to shoulder barge into Korak. As he does, Korak sees it coming, leans down, kind of scoops him up under him, and throws him over his back, knocking him to the ground. Just kind of like almost like an American football, kind of like throwing him behind him. Varesh, you just hear. Oh! And just his sword scatters out of his hands as it goes ting 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 along the floor. Natural 1.
Nice.
Yay! Victoria is there. She would now get to about there. Okay, that's what she's doing. Loban, you're still unconscious. The guards have got them out. Cam Buckland.
Just continually babysitting and pushing you to
Just like, come on.
out.
Yep. So that's what you do. Elora?
I am going to cast Cure Wounds on Logan.
Okay.
I forget.
It's a D8 plus your wisdom modifier unless you're casting it at a high level.
No, I don't. I don't have. Not because I don't want to, because I don't have it. So you heal 6 points. I'm sorry, it's not that much.
That's fine.
But you're
so I'm conscious.
So you go to 6
Yeah.
hit points and you feel conscious. It's not your turn yet.
But I'm
No.
going to say to him, Victoria has your notes. She has gone this way. If you want them back, then we have to follow her. Stop hurting this woman. She's with me.
Okay.
We're still waking up. So
Yeah, you're like,
Please.
this blue-skinned elven lady is like,
I'm just like,
let's go.
I'm going to slap him across the face a couple of times
Yep.
to make sure he really gets it. Like,
Trollamar and Cassandra. Cassandra looks back and she's just like, "Be careful. I'm not." You say he's confused, but I don't trust him. What do you want to do? Are you just going to go start running off?
Yeah.
So you and this human woman basically start running off down the corridor. You guys get. So you guys would get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. goings would get. So you run through this room, you run through a short corridor into a large meeting room with a large table, several chairs, but it looks like some of them have been knocked over and open doors. You head out into the open doors. Give me a perception check. Cassandra is not any help.
20.
So, as you get out, your keen hearing, used to the Underguard, you hear the echo of footsteps. The only other sounds you can hear coming off from the left and further south, so kind of like coming from that direction. You point and you and Cassandra begin to make your way, but that's kind of all of your movement as you get to about there. That's there go... Juto. Are you just gonna... Just the silent stare of like, what do you want to do?
The tiefling. Where is the tiefling?
So as you look behind, you can see 3 men in the green and black armor with crossbows. Lau is in the middle of them, and they're kind of covering him as they move down, and they're coming up behind you, basically.
There he is. Keep moving.
Keep going. Varesh, he must be punished for Sheng.
I think he's getting punished.
You look down and you can just see Varesh on the floor, like his hand, like his sword out of his hand, like skidding across the ground. As you kind of see, and you can see Korak putting one heavy clawed foot on his chest, just like blade and shield at the ready.
Don't focus on who's doing the punishing. I mean, he's getting punished. And the tiefling's okay.
I will yield for now.
Good.
Okay.
My thumb releases from the button.
Why are you touching me?
I'm touching a rod. Which sounds weird, but just go with it.
just go with it. Just go with it. So you're just going to continue being like, kind of
I'm
easy
not
to you,
happy, but
you're going with it for now.
I'm accepting the fact that I'm perhaps not in the most eloquent frame of mind.
Okay. Varesh stands up. He's disarmed. He's just going to make a run for it. Knowing that he can't run past Korak and past all of you, Varesh turns. He knows that they've gone down there. So, Korak takes a swing at him as he runs. With his opportunity attack, not enough to knock him down though. So, you see, basically the last thing you see is you see Varesh kind of roll to the side. Korak takes a swing to stop him getting up, and then you just see him sprint. He runs to the back of the temple with the raised platform and the pit leading down, just turns around, looks at basically those of you that he can see. He's like, I will have your head, champion, one day. And then he jumps down the pit.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Down the pit.
Yep. That's the last you see of him.
Ooh, that's interesting. Does he know that's a pit?
Can I run after him?
Not your, you used your go, I'm afraid, mate. You didn't hold your action to chase after him, so... Well, and that's the point of the initiative order, is that you don't know.
Time.
It's your reaction.
Time in general.
Okay, so she gets to there. Working it all out. Loban.
Where am I right now?
So you are currently in a corridor, a secret corridor. Elora is with you, because I don't think you chased after it. You've just kind of... It takes half your movement to stand up, and that's your movement, and then you'd have your action and bonus action. What would you like to do? You can see the room where Trelemar and Victoria had gone is just ahead of you.
I realise that my little feet don't get me very far.
You're not the
this
fastest
situation.
runner in the wild, yeah.
And I have kind of taken on board what Elora has said.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say, look at Elora and she's like, carry me, and just sort of hold all my actions until
Just go limp.
You're basically like, you just like grab onto Elora's like legs or back or something and just like, carry me!
You're just like a little toddler.
We
Yeah.
do realise that I'm not that much taller than you, and
but
I'm
you are
not
faster
that
than me.
strong.
Well, yeah. Wolf form is a lot
Not
faster.
with you on me.
But I've seen you
I
turn
know
I've
that-
seen
I know
you,
that.
Yeah, I
I've
know
seen
you
change
do.
it to wolf form before. I know you can do that, so that's
I
kind
know,
of like
but
what
they're so far ahead now that I'm
Yeah.
debating even running after them.
I don't
that
know,
is-
that's 50
good.
foot. If you spin both actions, that's 100 foot.
Carry me!
Oh yeah. That is
Mother!
50 foot.
Okay, so that's Loban's go.
One of those little kitty bum bags.
Yeah,
Use my
that'd be
turn.
perfect.
Korak, seeing
get
Varesh, he's just like,
50 foot forward.
gods! It's the tiefling, alright. And he like sheathes the blade. slings the shield over his back, and it seems to have some sort of like magic which connects it into some sort of holder.
Captain America.
Very Captain America style, just
yeah.
like chink. And then he turns, he's just like, let's get these people out of here. I'll rendezvous with the others. And he starts basically coming up behind you and shuffling, making sure covering your retreat effectively.
Bit intimidating.
Yeah, he's just this hulking, like gold armored.
He's a dick.
Are we in initiative still?
Technically, you guys pretty much aren't, but I need it for these guys just temporarily. So that's his go. So I'm assuming you guys are all doing that. I'm not going to bother with that. So it would next be Elora. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go direwolf, put him on my back.
He kind of like. "What?"
He's already kind of it's clinging to me.
Pounding as much as I can.
So I'm gonna go direwolf and I'm gonna go 100 feet towards.
Okay, so you sprint into the room. You see that the corridor is open. So I need to work this out because you're going 100 feet.
Yep.
So 5, 10, 15, 20,
Much quicker.
25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 65, 70, 75, 80,
Carry me!
100. With your keen hearing, so you're
I get
forming a
advantage
smell.
on
I'm not even going to make you
perception.
roll because you can smell Trelemar and Cassandra where they are, so you know roughly which direction they're heading in. Trelemar and Cassandra, give me another quick perception check.
You just see a wolf coming up behind you.
Oh, you're a little bit behind them still. but-
Damn it! I made some good time. In one go.
8. You suddenly you can't hear the footsteps anymore, but Cassandra's just like, I just heard some stone scraping this way, and she leads you round the corner. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. So with just your movement action, you round a turn, and about 20 feet in front of you, you can see Victoria sliding a section of stone wall out of the way, leading into another stone corridor, and she just catches your eye. What's your action? What would you like to do?
Fucking blast.
Just Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Just like,
Blast him.
the old Iron Man.
I love how Trell's now
16
Iron
hits. I just always imagine like his Eldritch Blast coming out of like here, just like,
Yeah.
Comes out of his face, actually.
just like, just opens, 7 damage. This blast just catches from the shoulder, doesn't quite finish her off, but again just knocks her. Just like, nah, damn you! And just like she's like desperately scrambling in to get into the corridor. Cassandra, with no other weapon, just with a greatsword, she just and throws it as hard as she can. It's a disadvantage, but I'm
She's
gonna do it.
hardcore, man.
I like Cassandra.
The greatsword just into what seems to be like a wooden frame, just where the secret door is,
shit.
narrowly just catching Victoria almost, just like a few inches from her face. Victoria,
Does it block her
like-
exit?
no, she just ducks underneath it and starts
Bollock.
running off down this corridor. You guys are making your way. You carry on. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. Right.
Can I,
You
as I
watch.
approach her, just go
Well,
straight into her?
Well, you don't quite catch up to it yet. You watch
Really
as
wanted to
Trelemar and Cassandra, you watch as this direwolf with Loban on the back streaks round the corridor. You kind of just following the scent trail as you can kind of see it. You dip down a corner, and about 30 feet in front of you is is Victoria. Just
Right.
like she looks like she's about to start heading down some stairs.
Okay.
Your go.
Do I have line of sight?
You do, because you're currently on the back of her.
Right. Okay. Can I do a spell to hit Victoria that won't kill her? Can I decide not to
Yeah.
like mercy her
Yeah.
or whatever? Yeah. Can I just do no normal ray of frost then?
Yeah.
Just see if I can get her one.
Yep. I'm going to say, before you do that, give me a acrobatics check, because you're currently trying to balance on
That's
top
true.
of the direwolf.
I am.
And I want to
could
see
just
if it
get
throws
off,
your
right?
aim off. Actually, yeah, that's true. Actually, you kind of just hop off to the side
Hop off.
and just.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd say you
exactly.
could do that.
I'll
Actually,
do
yeah.
that.
If you don't want to.
I could just throw it off.
13.
13 is just enough to hit her. Actually,
All right.
Right.
What was it? D6.
it's a D8 damage
D8
with Ray of
damage.
Frost, but no
So,
bonus. You don't add anything to it.
5.
So, Loban conjures this blast of ice. You throw it out, and you watch as you catch her on the leg, and it just freezes her leg up, and she's just like,
Good.
and then she
Nice.
just, with that, the cold eventually reaches up, and she's just like, she kind of like her eyes roll a bit and she just faints basically from the overexhaustion, and the cold just completely knocks her out. Not killing her, but rendering her unconscious.
Cool.
And with that, we are out of initiative. But what would all of you like to do? So we've got 3 groups. So you 3, what are you going to do? You're just going to pick up. Cassandra basically is just like pulls her sword free after a few attempts. She's just like, we should tie her up, make sure she can't get away. I can carry her if you need to.
That's a good idea.
You're in wolf form.
I can't speak.
Row, she kind of looks at the direwolf, looks at the cone. She's like, I'm guessing this is the. Oh, yes, I figured.
She's
so much. Keep an eye on this one. She gestures towards the gnome. I still don't fully trust him.
So I'm just very eager to stay with Victoria, wherever you're going to take her, until she wakes up. That's fine. We'll just stay with her.
Cassandra moves up, grabs Cassandra by like the kind of like by her shoulders, picks her up, hoists her kind of on his shoulder, kind of struggles a little bit, but you can see there's definitely some strength to this woman, and just basically starts carrying her back towards the way that you came. As you guys make your way back through the way you came, you enter through to the office.
Where are the notes?
Well, she's got a bag, like a satchel bag with her, and you can see it's been stuffed full of papers. Right. As you come back through the room, in the secret room she was initially in, like carrying them all, you go up to the desk, and you can see that she did leave a few things behind, just a few little bits and pieces of paper. Do you guys want to search any more, or do you want to look around, or...?
Yeah, let's have a little search.
Okay, investigation. Yeah, you can give me a perception check, actually. With advantage.
I get advantage.
7.
Not good.
No?
No.
Do you want to do a search, Sloban? Or?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's go crazy.
I got nothing there.
Investigation.
6 with a 2
9,
skill.
10, 11,
and it
12.
would have been in
12. You guys search around. You do kind of like, she'd obviously in her haste had left a few pages of your notes behind, just little treaties, not a lot of information.
But I recognise
Maybe
them, yeah.
you recognise it's yours. It's about a quarter of your total notes. The rest you must have grabbed with her when she was running away. But that's pretty much all you do find, just some scattered notes and things like that. Everything else she has on her. And eventually you guys make your way back and you join up with the rest of the group. As you are making your way out, you can see there are a lot more guards, members of the Gilded Arms, and even some of the City Watch as well, who are now here making arrests. Several of the Broken Sky are in manacles, or they've been chained up. You do see some of them, as they're being manacled, they kind of spit in the faces of the guards, and then they clench their fists, and their tattoos of the Broken Sky explode into lightning again, electrocuting themselves, knocking them unconscious, and then collapse into the ground. Several of the guards suddenly are like totally spooked and don't know what to do. At this point you also have some advisors who seem to be turning up, people who seem to have some magical abilities. Some of them manage to kind of dispel the magic on these tattoos temporarily, but it takes quite a bit of process. You do also notice a pale blue-haired gnome in a City Watch uniform, who is actually currently he's interrogating the owner of the Black Valley Brewery, and you can see this little gnome who was quite nervous around you before. You see Merrick is actually kind of pacing around him, and every so often just kind of leans in and whispers something, and the man seems to get very nervous, and he's just like, he's just like having some sort of community conversation. He turns around, he sees you, and he sees one of the he sees Lau being led out as well, and he just kind of looks over and gives you like a big grin, and he's just like gives a thumbs up kind of thing. He's just like, especially like he's just like thumbs up, and carries on back to what he was doing with the watch.
Is Korak running at us still?
No, so he's with you, but you can see loads of people start coming up to him reporting. As soon as you kind of get out into the brewery, he has people that seems like scribes. They've got like books and loads of notes and paperwork. You see officers in uniform coming up to him, and he effectively gets pulled away by them as he's delivering reports, and they're giving him reports and things like that. He does turn around and he's just like, "Guardsmen, make sure that these get escorted to the guild quarter. I wish to speak with them afterwards. Make sure that they're well protected. Cassandra, go with them."
I'm just staring at him. Just endlessly
I wanna
staring.
Cassandra looks. He looks to
I'm
you.
gonna put my
he's
hands
just like,
over Juto's
"Lady
eyes.
Laura, I'm sorry I can't come with you. I must do." Oh, he's just okay. I
Still
forgot
a
about that. He's just like, he's just like, "Where's Lady Laura?" He's just like, "I wish to speak with all of you once you return. You will be safe in the guild quarter for now. Especially, there are things that we obviously need to discuss." And he kind of looks over to you when he says that.
I've got my hands over her eyes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up behind, to the side of Juto and just put my little wolf snout into her hand and nuzzle up against her.
Okay.
And be like,
I'm gonna you feel my hand just kind of like on your fur.
Desperately trying to come.
Korak, sir. She's charmed. She'll want to kill you.
I understand. There's obviously some misunderstanding or something we need to discuss. I wish to, if we can, speak about it in private. There's obviously a lot we need to discuss of what's happened here. But thank you for what you've done.
I should put back into Alora
Just like,
form.
turn back in. He's like, oh, Lady Alora, thank you for letting us know about this. It's good to finally have a victory over this broken sky, but
Thank
we
you
should
for
speak of this
assisting.
later. It is my pleasure.
Also, the performance is in a day, and I'm just really looking forward to what you think of the entire thing.
Well, technically the Feast of Stone was supposed to be this evening, but it's, given the light of events, I've delayed it
This
until
evening?
tomorrow. Yes,
God, time flies, eh?
quite. Tomorrow, perhaps, providing things are settled, perhaps we can enjoy the
It's
feast
gonna be a
then.
good one.
I'm sure, yes. Anyway, I must return to my duties. I will speak to you all later.
Okay, can I just go off to the side with him for a second and just
Yeah,
say, Korak, my tiefling friend.
Yes, there's obviously something there that I'm unaware of. I would have attacked her thinking she was a member of the Broken Sky, but you and the other seem to...
She's not. She has had a bad past with the Dragonborn and believes you to be the murderer of her family.
What?
So that is why she reacted the way that she did upon seeing you.
Yes, well, this must be discussed. We will come to the come to the guild quarter. Go to the main government building. Let them know that you're here to speak me. I will send word that we ought to have a discussion in private. Yourself, the others, Cassandra. She is a trusted friend. Knew her mentor quite well. She can be trusted to be with us.
Can I insert check this inside check?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, of course.
12.
12.
She's still in earshot of him, just going.
You get the sense that he's not lying about being shocked. Like, he does seem genuinely surprised, but he is desperately trying to make it quiet. Like, he's trying to not be a big spectacle. Like, he's kind of making sure that you get led away.
Right.
He doesn't want other people, like... The fact that he wants to speak about it in private, he's very emphasizing that.
Okay.
He's heavily emphasizing that it wants to be a private discussion. So that's kind of what you pick up on with that. And yeah, you're led away, unless you guys want to do anything. Or
I'm
Go
gonna,
to Victoria.
So Victoria is basically, Cassandra has her on her back. She eventually has a watchman come up and cuff her. She's just like, right, we'll take this one back to the guild. I'll take her back to the watch quarters
That's right.
for interrogation.
Yeah.
She's just
Stay
like,
with.
she just turns to you and she's just like, I don't know what you tried to do back there, Gnome, but know this. Bahamut is quite a just and well-protective god, but he doesn't suffer traitors. If you try and attack me again, I will not hesitate to hurt you properly.
This has nothing to do with traitors. Wealth or power or divinity, revenge, everything means nothing compared to what Her Majesty had. And this is my only chance to get it.
I think you should speak with the others about this, but for the time being, watch yourself. And with that, you're kind of led away. Okay.
I'm gonna stealthily click the immovable rod and walk away from Juto and say, come on, Juto. Come on.
For God's sake.
Here we go.
What are you rolling there?
I want to roll some kind of
Dick check.
yeah.
Perception check. Give me a sleight of hand check, Trot.
18.
I think this would be the third.
Failed.
So you kind of feel you feel that he's put something there. You don't know what, and then he walks away.
Come on.
There's a feeling he's up to something, but you don't
Here we
know
go.
exactly what yet.
Mr. Human, do
Miss Tiefling.
not test me.
Well, you didn't even realise I was walled. What's up with that?
It has been a long day, and my patience is wearing thin.
We got a performance to do, Juto. You gotta perk up.
I am not taking part unless you remove this trickery.
Do you like my rod?
You just punch him.
No, I'm just staring. I'm just staring.
Stare.
Full-
Cold Juto
Yeah,
stare.
I've
death
got no
stare.
time for this. Korak is right there.
You can see the
there.
dent of the immovable
Just
rod
like
just holding it
sticking
back
out
a
of
little
the
bit.
thing.
I'm gonna go and click it and take it out. Yeah. I walk away.
I'm instantly looking back to where Korak is.
You walk away?
Yeah.
I walk away.
I walk away.
Classic.
Okay, you guys, through all your own, motivations, you are basically led with escorted guards. There are watchmen and guild arms mercenaries who travel with you. You can see there's gathered quite a crowd as well. Lots of townsfolk are peering in, trying to see what's happening. They have several kind of covered wagons, which they're leading kind of prisoners into. But everyone's kind of really heavily watching, and you can see quite a few of the citizens are now trying to get attention. Yes?
Is Lao still around?
Yes, he is being looked after. You can see that he is also, Lee has been brought up, and he's kind of like, you kind of catch Lao as he's like desperately kind of frantically speaking to all the guards and speaking to them, and then eventually Lee is brought out. Initially he does look cuffed, but it seems that after a description and a discussion, the manacles are removed. They kind of like give each other kind of like a brotherly kind of hug. And yeah, you can kind of see them. The last thing you see is them getting their wounds tended by what looks like to be some sort of medic who's like wrapping bandages around them and things like that.
Go and speak to them, please.
Yeah. They just look at you quite cautiously, actually. They kind of look at you suspiciously at first, not quite sure what to say.
Mr. Lau, Mr. Lee, we have spent some time looking for you, and I just wish to say that I am sorry I could not save your companion.
You know what happened to Sheng?
Varesh, he killed him.
We thought as much, but we weren't sure. And when you came in, escorted, not as a prisoner, we did not know if we could trust you. We thought you might be with them, but now we can see that the situation is perhaps more complicated than we thought. Thank you at least for telling us about Sheng. It's a shame. It was his idea to start. If it wasn't for him, I don't know if all of this would have happened, but he was still our friend.
May I ask, why were the Broken Sky trying to get you to join them?
They kind of look at each other. Not quite sure if they should talk to you, but it seems through tiredness that they kind of give up the information. Lao, Lee, Lao, Sheng and I, we had studied a little bit from some teachers, some traveling fighters. They taught us to fight with our hands. We were just students. We wanted to start a school here in the city, teach people to defend themselves. People got word of what we could do, and that's when the Broken Sky, they captured us. We woke up in the cells that you found us. They wanted us to teach their men to fight without weapons. We refused. They wanted us to join them to be assassins, but we said no. At least we got out of there.
When Varesh challenged Sheng, Sheng mentioned that Korak gave you your freedom and gave you a life.
Yes, well, he has done that for any tiefling that comes to the city. Not personally. Perhaps Sheng was speaking poetically or something. He was prone to do that. I think he meant more that the city offers its opportunities to all. If you know what Bresaris is like, we never would have had the opportunity to make lives for ourselves there. At least here, that was possible thanks to the champion. It was his edicts that let us do this.
Again, I'm sorry I could not save your friend, but at least I have managed to help you both. It's not much, and then I would like to give them 5 gold, which is all I have.
We kind of take it and they're like,
But it's all I have. Perhaps you can put it towards your school.
I think perhaps for the time being we will reconsider what we wish to do. It was Sheng's dream more than ours, but we'll think about it. Thank you. I just kind of give you a nod.
And I'll walk back to the group.
Okay. You made your way back to the group. After that, you guys make your way all to the guild quarter. You are led by armed guard, and you are basically taken inside and taken to a suite of rooms. Victoria is actually led down into dungeons and locked up. When you reach a certain point, Cassandra carries on, and there are a bunch of guards. They're like, "No, sorry, it's for prisoners and guards only. You can't go down there."
Okay.
You'll have to get it cleared with the captain if you want to go down there to interrogate anybody. I don't know who you are, but if you're here, then that means you're here with a purpose, but you're not authorised.
Okay. That's fine. I need a long rest anyway, so.
So eventually you guys are led up to kind of a very basic suite. There are a number of beds, there's tables with food, water, that sort of thing to recover. And you guys are left there for some time. You can take a short rest for the time being. You don't know, you can start to try and take a long rest, but you don't know how long it's going to be until you
I will take a rest and an actual pee break.
Oh, and an actual pee break. Did you not take one over?
No.
So
in that instance, I instantly fall asleep.
okay, so you basically start
Snoring.
Cam passes out on the bed. What about the rest of you?
Short rest, please.
Short rests all round. So, it goes basically, you can take a long rest without any interruptions. You're basically left there for about 8 hours. It seems to take quite a lot of time. If you want anything, people bring you food, people bring you water.
So we can take a long rest.
You can take a long rest.
I will take a long rest.
Yep. So you guys
Everyone's like, ah!
you guys take a long rest. You're not disturbed per se, but there is always at least 2 or 3 guards outside. And there's normally they will go and fetch a servant who can bring you things. If you have any information that you want, they will go and get it for you. Would you guys want to send for anything? Do you wish to talk amongst yourselves? Feel free, of course.
I am going to basically separate myself from the group, find the bunk that's in a corner, and just I'm thinking things,
Okay.
deep things.
You see Juto kind of separate herself a little bit.
Do
Laura's just like, nope.
do,
Nope.
do health points go back up?
Yeah, long rest, so you get all your hit points back, you get all your key points, you get spells,
All my hit
you get
dice.
half your hit dice, half your hit dice back.
Oh, I only lost 1.
So that's fine, you go back up to max then. For those of you who had spent more, you gain half your hit dice back. I believe you had spent all of your hit dice and you not a short rest. Or did you not?
Hit dice.
So
What are
in
they?
a short rest, you spend hit dice to heal them. So on your...
Oh, well, I spent. I don't even write that down.
Don't worry about it, that's fine.
Can I borrow your rubber?
Yeah, sure. It definitely wasn't all 3. It was
That's
like
fine.
1 or maybe 2.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, in that case, you go back up to full, so you got all those back.
Yay!
Granomir curls around you, kind of nuzzling up against your cheek, pleased to be back.
Granimir's my friend now. He likes
Yeah,
me.
Granomir does seem to be like, seem to be quite keen on Elora. She looked after him.
Just swooped in.
Just like whoosh. Yeah, he's curled around your neck, just kind of, you offer him like bits of fruit and he's like eating away. Seems happy to be back with you. But yeah. Unless you guys want to talk or do anything.
just kind of like waiting to go and speak to this captain so I
Yeah.
can do
You're
what I
just
need
like,
to do to speak to the yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna
So
sit.
you took a long rest, so you
Long rest!
Long rest!
Well,
Long
technically,
rest.
Trell and I could take like 4 hours and then 4 hours of just being rest.
Chill, yeah. You're not asleep
Chill.
for 8 hours. You sleep for
So-
about trance for 4 and then you kind of just chill.
Just gonna sit and make daisy chains with Druidcraft.
Just like la la la. Put them on
Making
people while they're
daisy chains.
sleeping.
I'm gonna make little daisies flower crown and put it on Cam while he's asleep.
Yep.
do you hear that?
No, just waiting.
Just asleep.
Just asleep.
Didn't
Cool.
notice.
So, at about just after you guys have had a long rest, you've started to recover, you've eaten food, you've drank water, you're starting to feel a bit more refreshed. Obviously you get a knock at the door. When you open it, there is a dwarf, a greying kind of beard, wearing heavy robes, lots of jewellery.
Oh, excuse me. I'm here to fetch you for the champion. I believe that he wishes to speak with all of you.
What?
Yes, that's correct.
The champion wishes to speak with you, sir.
Oh! Whoa.
Yes.
I immediately jump up and start brushing off my armour.
You have on your head.
Yeah, hair.
No, you have flowers.
Thanks. Oh!
it's like a daisy chain that's on your head.
I just throw it.
Just throw it away.
What the hell?
Anyway, if you wouldn't mind, please follow me.
And he hands out. He's got like a little short, stimpy wooden cane that he kind of taps on the ground as he walks. It's quite old, and he leads you guys through. And the government building, you're seeing the inside of it. It's very well decorated, very opulent, but kind of functional as well. There's lots of benches for people outside of doors. You can see that there are a lot of meeting rooms or offices and that sort of thing. And you are led up a large, curving staircase that eventually leads up to a double set of doors emblazoned with a symbol of Bahamut. And as you open them, you are led inside to a large office. A window that looks out onto the courtyard in front of the government quarter. It just kind of looks down onto the main street and most of the city of Talisval in the view as well. And sat behind it, kind of in a very worn, actually kind of shoddy looking chair, but it looks quite plump with cushions and things like that. On an armor stand is a suit of golden armor, and then hanging on a scabbard on the chair itself that he sat in is the full shard blade, and sat behind the desk writing seemingly on paper with tiny claw-like hands gripping a tiny quilled pen. He's just like, yes, you've arrived. Thank you. He finishes, closes the book. You can see sat behind, just eating some fruits and things like that, is Cassandra. Is this paladin in kind of armor. She's taken that off and is now wearing almost like priests-like vestments with a holy symbol of Bahamut around her neck. And there is another man as well, a human man. He looks quite thuggish, bald head, kind of boxer's ears, boxer's flat nose, leather-looking chest plate. Looks kind of green and black colours. Looks very similar to the Gilded Arms mercenaries. And he's kind of cracking his knuckles, like he seemed to have been playing a card game by himself on a small table. And he scoops that all up and puts it into a pouch. Kind of gives you a nod. He's just like, please come in. I know some of you, Lady Laura has already met Cassandra here. I need to find her full title, actually. She would use her full title. If I can find it. No, that's not going in there, but it might be in here.
So many pages.
Yeah, this is the thing, is I've got to remember what their full names are.
Cassandra Fluffy Butt.
No,
Rigor Mortis.
This is Cassandra Windale, a student of Sir Francis Drakeborn, Paladin of Bahamut, and this is Dermot Vigil. He's the leader of the Gilded Arms mercenaries.
I'm sorry, Francis Drake. I'm sorry, there's just been too much Uncharted.
There's been a lot of
recently.
Uncharted. He's Sir Francis Drakeborn, please.
I know, but all I heard was Francis Drake.
What's the other name?
Dermot Vigil.
I hold back a laugh at the sound of Dermot.
He looks at you. He kind of has a cocky kind of half are you really laughing at my name kind of look, an incredulous look, I guess.
I distract myself by making sure Juto doesn't spring into action.
Yeah. How's Juto feeling right now? It's okay. I'm making notes. Don't worry.
I am restrained. I'm behaving myself. I'm staring at Korak.
He gestures and the door is closed. He's just like, they are two of my closest personal friends, and I'm not ashamed to admit that they are also quite good bodyguards. And he looks over towards Juto. I asked you here for a number of reasons. One, we need to debrief the situation with the broken sky. Now, I have some information from Lady Laura who told me what had happened, but I wanted to hear about what we may have missed. And second of all, let's face it, perhaps the elephant in the room, your tiefling friend has made quite severe allegations against myself. I wish to address them.
Juto.
Juto, is it?
My name is Juto Zerti Ding.
Well, Miss Ying, please, I would invite you to speak plainly and openly. I have nothing to hide here.
I do not wish to speak yet.
He kind of raises a scaly forehead. Not really an eyebrow, but around the eye socket. He's just like, my dear, when people make accusations calling me a murderer and try and attack me in a very dangerous situation, I understand that there may be some hesitation, but this needs to be discussed. Now.
I wish to hear about the broken sky from your side first.
Very well. The Broken Sky have been causing all sorts of problems across the Dawn Republic. They began, as far as we can understand, targeting small businesses, groups, merchants, that sort of thing, disrupting their trade. These merchants would then go to their adjudicated guild representatives to tell about what has happened. We would dispatch forces to try and deal with them, but they were elusive, to say the least. They would disappear. They could vanish into the night. They were very tricky to pin down. It's caused a lot of unrest with small businesses and has caused no small amount of problems for the guilds themselves. We've done our best in trying to track them down, but given that they were so far out of the capital, it has been difficult. Now that they've started operating here, we've managed to gain a little bit more information about them. We know that they serve somebody they refer to as the Princess or Her Majesty. We know that this person is stockpiling resources. They have stolen ore, stone, lumber, this sort of thing. We know that they are very well funded. They seem to have a large amount of alchemical supplies. They've managed to get their hold on many of the Thieves' Guild that once operated here. They've managed to bribe them or coerce them into joining. I'm afraid, until your recent escapades in the Black Valley Brewery, that is all we knew. You seem to have shed some light. We know that they have powerful spellcasters with them now. The one that we recovered definitely seems quite potent. We've had to have employed several sorcerers to make sure that she cannot use any magic. We've also made sure we've recovered Varesh's sword, powerful enchanted weapon itself. Whoever is supplying them, whoever this princess is, she has access to very powerful magical tools. Is that enough, Miss Jing?
The princess claims that you are not worthy to lead. She claims that you are short-sighted and a failure.
Well, that is certainly, if that is her opinion, it would provide a motive for her perhaps actions. But what do you expect me to justify? I do what I can. I am not the leader here in Talisvar. I was asked to act as champion, a figurehead of sorts. The people look to me because I built this city, but once I'd established the Council of Guilds, I wished to step back. I'm a fighter, I'm a warrior, I'm not a leader. I do what I can, but it's up to the councils and the people to decide what happens to this city. It is a democracy. They vote via their council leaders and their representatives, and the council makes adjustments based in their discussions. I cannot defend myself against this princess's accusations, nor would I wish to.
I am so on edge about Juto's responses to Korak right now.
To cast guidance on myself.
There's a moment where, you can see Dermot, the human. You almost didn't see him pull the hand crossbows that he now has in his hands, but he now has, two, both loaded, pointing towards Cam. He's like, alright, mate, watch what you're doing. Don't like people casting spells around me. Makes me nervous.
It's for my asthma, sorry.
He kind of cocks a smile. He's like, it's a pretty nasty case of asthma you got there. Be careful.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Just lowers an eyebrow and he lowers his hands
Nice
down.
crossbows.
Thanks.
I didn't know you could flip them like that. That's impressive. And put them in your pocket. Amazing.
Custom made, mate. Custom made.
Nice. You have to tell me where you got that.
Maybe. If you would please refrain, Mr. Buckland, was it?
That's right. Pleased to meet you, sir. Cam Buckland.
Yes.
At your service.
And I've heard that you've heard your name.
You have?
Yes, you were one of the performers for the Feast of Stone, if
I
I'm
am
correct.
the performer. That's right.
If you wouldn't mind, please avoid casting spells. It does lead some suspicion. But Cassandra, do you know what sort of spell or prayer that was? She kind of looks over at you. He offered a prayer to Avandra, Korak. I think it's safe enough. Some minor spell. Very well.
Very religious. Sorry.
Yes, you seem like it. Now, we should deal with these accusations, Miss Jing.
Can I have my D20
Yeah.
first?
Just assume it's all natural 20s.
Natural 20, natural
No,
20, natural
no.
20.
I do not know what you wish to know of me in the broken sky, but I have told you what I can. I do not know if it means much, but I did know Miss Galanadell's father, and I have adventured with him for some time. Perhaps you are mistaken in who I am. I wish to, whatever it is, if I can help figure this out, I will.
You are the dragonborn in red and gold. I have done well enough to remember you, but you seemingly do not remember me, nor my parents who you slaughtered.
Now, there's a kind of moment of silence around the room. Korak's like, I've never met you before in my life. I would have been in the... Wait. The Dragonborn in red and gold. How old are you?
How old are
Older
you
than she
mentally?
looks.
Right.
23.
He kind of eyes you. That would mean that you would have been... by Bahamut's name. He kind of looks around, and you can see the paladin woman is kind of looking at him. Dermot kind of casts a glance. He's just like, you are... He looks up, he's like, the tiefling child is telling the truth. but she is not correct either.
Liar!
He holds up a hand. He's like, I understand this is difficult for you, but listen, please, I ask you. Let me tell you my story. Then you may make a decision.
My story is in this following montage.
A long time ago.
Once upon a time.
You say that, but you might want to buckle him.
Oh boy.
I'm good to get it there. The buckle.
Well,
buckle in, yeah.
Tell me, how much do all of you know of the kingdom of Bressaris?
Ooh. Nothing.
I suspect that is a similar answer for most of you.
Would I know?
Uh,
From my father, who travelled with
He
Korak?
did, but what you know is that most Dragonborn do not talk about Bressaris.
Dragonborn don't talk about Viserys, sir. No.
It's any traders that you come across, even ones that are close personal friends, it's generally just something they do not talk about.
Cool.
That is very much the case. For most Dragonborn, the homeland is either something they wish to keep secret or something that they are ashamed of. What do you know of dragons? Let me ask you this. You guys can make checks if you want to, or if you can make checks if you like. It could be a nature or arcana
I
check.
know that they were from. I think I've heard this
yes, you win.
9.
before. Natural 19.
I know of
So
murdery
that's like-
dragonborn.
What was it for?
Dragons, no,
Is
knowledge
it
of
intel?
dragons. Nature or arcana.
Nature. So 21.
21. You know a fair bit about dragons. Most of them haven't been seen in a long time. Probably since, hundreds, maybe thousands of years, most of the dragon have been asleep. Some were awakened by the lightfall, and there have been some sightings, but generally they haven't come close enough to the Dawn Republic. You know that dragons come in 2 types, chromatic dragons and metallic dragons. And that's kind of most of what you would know. They're obviously very dangerous. They tend to guard their lairs very well. They're very territorial. They're very matriarchal as well. That's kind of all you would know, I guess, really. And as you kind of relate that information, it's like, that is correct. There are 2 types, metallic dragons and chromatic dragons. And in kind, there are 2 types of dragonborn, metallic and chromat. Bressaris was a kingdom. It was given as a gift by the ancient dragons before their slumber. When we defeated the demonic hordes, the dragons used most of their magic in sealing the portals to the 9 realms, and were put into a deep slumber. During this time, the Dragonborn ruled Bressaris, and the first Worm King was elected. A noble gold Dragonborn, a warrior and a mighty king to lead us. But after the war, there was no need for a warrior king, and so the Chromats began to sow stories that they needed others, intelligent leaders, religious leaders. And that is where the downfall of my people began. We listened to the Chromats. They were wise and intelligent, masters of the arcane arts. We listened. And over time, they removed every metallic dragonborn from any position of power they could, until one day, a black dragonborn female, queen to the Worm King, slayed him in his sleep. And then, since then, only chromatic dragonborn have ruled. I am the son of the 1902nd Worm King.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yes, but I am not the only son. When I was born, well, I suppose I should. My father is a greedy man, a greedy dragonborn, whose lust for power and wealth is beyond anything I have seen. When he sees something he wants, he takes it, including my mother, a gold dragonborn servant who he had admired from afar. She had twins, me and my brother. We were raised together, but we have this unusual condition with our scales. We are neither red nor are we gold. I took after my mother, my brother, my father. I was always different from him. I did my best, but I kept my nature hidden for fear of my father. He would beat me, he would torture me and my mother where he could. But my brother was the apple of his eye.
I'm gonna insight plus guidance.
Yep,
Check.
sure.
18 plus
D4 for guidance.
24.
Yep. Did you roll the D4 for guidance?
Oh, there's a D4 for that. Okay.
You had
22.
22. Yeah, I mean, he's seemed to be getting into a pretty personal story here, and it seems that having a very close circle is
Specifically when he
encouraging to-
started mentioning twins.
Yeah, he just seems to be sincere.
Okay.
One day, despite my fear for my father and my brother, it was enough. He attempted to part a young girl from her family because my brother wanted a pretty wife for the future. I couldn't stand it anymore. He ordered a guard to take her to drag her away. I lashed out, pulled a knife that I had kept on me, and killed the guard. And then in my rage, I turned it on my father. I failed to kill him, and he arrested me for treason, spouting a number of other things, saying that I had killed servants. The reality was it was my brother in his rages. I was supposed to be executed, but instead I used an ancient rite of Bresaris. I pleaded for trial by combat, and I was taken to a pit of the fighting arena. It is something that many tiefling know. They use it to try and escape their slavery. If anyone can last 10 years and be crowned master of the arena, they earn exile, must leave Bresaris, but leave as a free man. I fought hard. I faced off many assassins sent by my father to kill me, but eventually I survived. When I left, I entered the Dawn Republic. This was just after the Lightfall. I made my way around. I ended up saving a few people. Not much, but I defeated a few monsters here and there. And they came to ask me my name. The name my father had given me, which is a name that means weakness, worthless. It is a very terrible insult in the Dragonborn language. So when they asked me my name, I said it was Korak. It means son of the kingdom in my tongue. It is the name of my brother. I was too ashamed to give them my true name. I thought I had left it in Bresaris, that I could leave that past behind. It is my brother who I think has done such terrible deeds to Miss Ying. For that, I am deeply sorry. I cannot offer you anything else, other than, if you wish it, you can try and exact vengeance on me, but I'm afraid I cannot offer anything else.
How can I believe you?
You cannot. You can only trust in these words that I speak. Trust the words that I have given throughout my life. I have dedicated it to trying to be a good man. A man different from my father and my brother. Tried to let the people rule. And I hoped, perhaps one day, once the city of Talis Val was established and the Council of Guilds could run it, I would return to fight for my throne and overthrow the Chromats in Bresaris. But that day has not yet come.
What of your twin now?
I do not know. The last I ever saw of him was on the day of my exile from Bresaris, when I was crowned master of the arena. He and my father stood at the top, watching me, with cold eyes, knowing that I had lived where they wished me to die.
And you came from this place.
If you are 23, I do not know which age that you lost your parents, but I would have been. 17 years ago. 17 years ago, I was still in the arena fighting for my freedom. There may be other Dragonborn or even other Tieflings that may be able to corroborate that, but I do not know of them.
I have spent my whole life fighting for this moment. Fighting for the moment that I could avenge my parents and Tieflings who died under the hands of the Dragonborn. And you are telling me it is all for nothing.
No. No, by Bahamut, no. Your quest is a noble one, and one that I truly wish to echo one day. It is even the enslavement of your people. It was the Chromats that first suggested the idea. Metallics agreed because we feared the Demonkin. We feared what they might bring another war against us. But over time, that resolve weakened. We no longer saw them as future threats, but as a people we should protect. But the Chromats, they were the ones who had power, not us.
Gotta find that twin.
He is in Bresaris. Likely he is Worm King by now. My father was old when I left. He likely rules it.
I think That's where your revenge will take place, by the sounds of it.
Mr. Buckland, I am but one tiefling. I cannot bring down an entire kingdom of Dragonborn.
Hey, we almost annihilated the broken sky.
You say this, Tiefling, you say this, Miss Jing, that you are only one person. So was I. I have rebuilt this republic. You can do the same, if your desire is strong enough, if your will is strong enough. Now, I cannot help you myself. I'm a fighter of swords and shields, but there may be others I can point you towards. There's an old friend of mine, an adventuring friend. She fought as you did, with fists and strange powers I cannot understand. Perhaps if you are strong enough, together we can take back Brasaris. You for vengeance for your fallen friends and for your people, and me for the same. I know this is much. I know this is much to take in. You are welcome here as my guest if you need to be. You may question me if you wish. I am at your disposal. I have things to do, but I will make time.
I want to take off my jade bangle.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna keep it on. But I'm going to walk forward.
He stands up out of his chair.
And I'm going to hold my bangle out and look directly in his eyes and say, you must swear. You must swear on the name of my parents, Mei Li and Zerong, that you are not the one who did this.
He steps forward out of the chair, moves past from around the desk, lowers himself to one knee, pulls out the fallen shard, the full shard blade, rests it on his arm. He's just like, I swear to you, Miss Jing, on the names of your parents. I can't do it. I can't pronounce them. I'm gonna fuck it up. And on the name of my mother, and those who have fallen with mine, I swear to you. What is it you wanted him to swear again?
That it was not him that slaughtered my parents and
My immersion.
That it was not me that killed your parents. But if I can, I will help you find vengeance. He stands back up.
I take a step back and walk away.
Okay.
It's too much.
Now, I know that this is quite intense, but tell me, what did you discover of the broken sky?
We know that the princess' name is Felania.
Felania. He motions and you can see Dermot now has a notebook and writing stuff down.
She's super beautiful.
This princess, you've seen her?
Yeah, through the mirror. Did you not see the shards of the mirror?
Ah, yes, when we entered. I wasn't aware of what that was. You say you saw her through it, some sort of scrying device.
We each had to give a speech to her to see if we were worthy of joining the Broken Sky. She had magical abilities and stuff. It's really hot.
Interesting. Can you give a description to Dermot? You can note it down.
Super hot.
Yes, I've gathered that.
Blue skin.
Blue skin.
She had silvery hair.
Silvery hair.
She was able to turn her hand into mist and lightning.
Some command of magic, yes.
She didn't do that for me.
The tattoos
Asking
that
the
they
right
have
things,
are
mate.
somehow linked to her.
Yes, we've seen that they have some sort of ability to conjure lightning. It seems to render them unconscious.
Yes, it's supposed to, if they talk too much, I think it's their way of stopping them from giving away information.
Dermot's like, oh, I'll make sure we get word to get some mages, make sure we suppress this before we start questioning them.
Good idea, damn it.
Also,
Sorry, something funny? Fuckland. Why are you making that happy face? That's an insult.
Is it?
Yes!
Smiling is
You're
an
a
insult.
Buckland!
Korak. Korak, tell him.
Tell him what?
He's insulting me.
I am not some babysitter. What?
Tell him, Korak.
Just like... anyway, we should get back to the matter at hand. You see Cassandra just snickering to herself in the corner.
some other names that we have heard here are Denin. And
Denin?
Denise.
He's the politician that's taken over Briarcrest.
Yes, he is actually part of the Broken Sky.
Damn here! It's just like, boom, you just get a massive heavy claw just slammed down on the table. Anything else?
Good question.
Riss.
Riss.
Killed.
Killed a companion of
Killed a
ours
companion.
because we
Seemingly
were
got too
asking
deep.
questions.
It was our doing, unfortunately.
You've been quite quiet, gnome.
I have one question.
Yes.
Are you the captain?
I am in charge of many forces here, yes.
Can I go see Victoria now?
Yes, we were going to interrogate her later if you wish to accompany them, but
That was
what
two
is this
questions.
about?
Yes, that sounds fine. Well, I have been working on the Lightfall for a long time. You know how our voices kind of sound the same a little bit?
Yes,
That's quite strange,
age.
isn't it? Yes, age, exactly. Elders,
Of age.
elders. Her Majesty, as she calls herself, had something around her neck. Something that I've been looking for pretty much all my life. As you, as a man of such stature, with a blade such as you have, may know that you have Fall Shards
Yes,
and Dawn Shards.
I've heard stories of the Dawn Shards.
She has one. I want it.
This is important news indeed.
Yes.
A Dawn Shard. Now, it has been a long time since I've spoken with wizards, but my understanding is a Dawn Shard is the opposite to a Fall Shard. Where my blade negates magic or dampens its effect, a Dawn Shard amplifies it quite considerably. If this Felania is a potent spellcaster herself, that shard will make her far more dangerous.
Could that be a reason for her having access to such powerful weapons and enchantments?
Perhaps.
Yeah, it could quite possibly be.
You seem to know a lot about the Lightfall. Loban Trogdor, if I am to remember your name.
If you want to say it correctly, it's Loban Trogdor!
I will not. say
Okay,
that.
that's fine. That's fine.
That's totally optional.
I believe we recovered some of your notes, a work of journal
Thank you.
sorts.
Thank you.
Would you
I
be
need
willing
those.
to stay here, continue your research, offer what information you have?
Have a thought. Whilst the fight was going on with the Broken Sky, I was not really there. I was away trying to help with a situation that kind of got a bit out of hand. I doubt Her Majesty knows currently that I am not still interested in joining or becoming part of the Broken Sky. The reason I want to talk to Victoria is to try and find a way of getting to Her Majesty.
He seems to think for a moment, looks up. Normally, I would not condone such activities. It is too dangerous, not only for yourself, but any of those involved. But we have a severe lack of information on this Broken Sky and what they're capable of. Discuss it with Dermot. He is the leader of the Gilded Arms, but he is quite adept at subterfuge, shall I say. I met him once when I was taking out his thieves' guild as a gang, and since then we have been allies of sorts. He is away with this sort of thing. There
Very
might be
well.
something we can do towards that end. But know this, gnome. I have heard from Cassandra of what you tried to do. Be careful that your obsession with the Lightfall and the Dawn Shard does not overcome your senses.
There was no way that I could have known that she would have not killed Victoria had I let her pass.
Still, watch yourself. You must be cautious. For now, we will continue as normal. I will call on you if I find out any more information, but I believe that there is a feast tomorrow that some of you are at least attending. And you have your own business in the city, I'm sure. You are always welcome to my aid, and thank you. Miss Jing, once again, I'm sorry to hear of your tale. If there is anything you wish to know, my door is open. He gives a nod. And we'll end it there. Mentally session.
Can I?
Oh, go on.
Can I pull Loban to one side
Yeah, go on.
after hearing about your knowledge?
I'll say that basically you guys are kind of led out, you're led back to your suite or whatever.
I
and
kind
then
of just
have a
start
conversation.
nudging the gnome to the side.
Yep.
I don't know if he notices. I start pushing him away from
Probably
everybody.
not, actually. I don't know. Would Loban sort of like notice, or would he be too busy thinking about something?
He'd probably be really like sort of trying to sort his notes out a little bit and that stuff. Yeah.
Loban, right? Loban?
Yes, Cam.
Cool hair. Like
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
You say you have spent your entire life researching the Lightfall.
I mean, obviously, I went to school like any normal gnome, but pretty much my entire life. Yes.
Some good dedication. I appreciate that. I respect that.
Thank you.
That's cool.
Thank you.
60
years.
I've got Lightfall in my hair. Do you know anything about that?
Lightfall in your, just in your hair, or
All of the hairs. All of them.
all the hair. Well,
It goes glowing when I get emotional. That's all I know. I've had it since I was a kid.
ruffling through my notes. I don't think I've ever heard of somebody with having Lightfall in their hair. Is this since birth? You say?
Yeah, since as far as I've ever known. Also,
Could run some tests if you wanted to.
you want a puke?
Maybe one of your head
Oh,
hairs,
yeah.
perhaps.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Think. There's boink. Black hair, long black hair.
Cool. Okay.
So you don't know anything other than that.
My notes have been really predominantly based on the shards and their ability to enhance sorcerers and mages and powers and things like that. But I'll be more than happy to try and do some arcane art stuff on this.
Arcane stuff.
Arcane
It
stuff.
sounds complicated. It's really
It's very
involved.
scientific. You wouldn't understand. I
I'm
won't
totally
bore you with
baffled.
it.
I'm totally baffled. Also, when I seemingly want to die, I come back in a big glowy ball of energy and
Okay.
just another thing. Just a little thing.
lurch rain does, doesn't it?
As you say,
Glowing
as
ball
you're
of energy.
talking with Loban, you've pulled him off to the side. But you see, when you kind of talk about like the hair glowing and coming back like your thingy, Cassandra, the human paladin woman, she kind of like looks over and she seems quite interested, like her ears kind of prick up a little bit. But
I'm trying to.
yeah. But
You
it
don't
looks like
notice
she
that
kind of
from
like
here,
it looks like she might have just managed
Do I
to overhear.
notice?
Yeah, you noticed that she kind of like was definitely like she kind of turned her head when she heard you and then looked over what you're talking about.
I lied. It totally doesn't happen. It's just a dream. It's all a dream. I run away.
Okay, well, I think that's a good place to end this week's then. Cam just like, "Boo!" Cool, awesome. Read some donations. If anybody needs to leave, feel free. I know some folks are sleepies, but if not,
I feel like we should read. I will
Read some
read some
donations.
donations.
I've been away.
Read some donations.
We didn't
If
last
we
week,
can bring
did
them
we?
up.
Did we? So.
No, yeah, I
It
had
was
to
very
just do
quick,
the names,
so-
yeah, so that's why I really wanted it this week.
We're gonna need to switch this.
Can we switch the screen, Steve, please? Steve, switch the screen.
Oh dear.
You wanna climb?
I will.
Ah.
We've got a camera in the way as well, so
I know.
gonna make one.
I don't. Well.
Hey,
Just gonna have to deal
Chad.
with
How
it, I
you
think.
doing, guys?
Hi!
Are we starting from the
You get
top
this
this
one?
time? It's changed.
Yeah.
From Steve's like, from the top, please.
All right. Who's staying to do donations? You don't have to.
I'm gonna say, yeah, don't feel you have to if people want to go. Kath,
You're on
if you
my
wanna head
lift, so
off. What would you rather do?
I don't know. I
Uh,
still feel pretty dizzy and crap, but
You
like,
go.
If you want to go, just go.
Rest.
Just
Go.
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 rest.
Get out of
But
here.
I missed
Kath,
it
you
last
got
week,
Get out of
so-
it.
It's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine,
but I
Kim.
started this,
Your
so I can
health
just-
You
is
sure?
more important.
Get out.
Get out.
Hello, everybody.
Go on,
Democratic
Kim and
decision.
Martin.
It's
Yeah.
not a democratic decision. You have
Comes
to
to next
throw
to
me
Katie.
out.
Get out.
Yeah, get out.
You're not allowed to read donations.
You've had too much emotion today. There's been too many emotions.
So start from me and then go that way.
Yeah, I'll take Matt's space.
Okay. Nightjar says, made it home from work and a very slow bus with mere minutes to spare. Only 300 of the Queen's shiniest pennies this week, I'm afraid. But as usual, love you guys in the stream. Insane amounts. Thank you for always cheering me up. Thank you very much.
Bam goes TNT, the legend himself. Everyone okay? Everyone good?
Mark comes over and immediately destroys everything.
Look,
We've been
how
getting
did you
over
get-
that.
How did you do this?
I
did
actually
so
have
well.
No idea.
The green screen didn't fall once.
I know. Until Mark came in.
Yeah.
And also, look, how can we read?
God damn it, Mark.
Is it? It should be fixed now.
Steve is telling
Is
off Mark.
it okay, Steve?
This green screen is attacking me.
Yeah, it's all fine.
Okay, thanks.
Right,
Just about. There we go.
there we go.
So,
Bye.
see you soon,
Is that
Kim.
yours?
Kim.
Let's
The
let
cover.
Kim get out.
Guys, carry on, carry on. I'm just.
Carry on.
Okay.
Bangos TNT says this donation is from all those who want to donate but can't, like he does a lot of the time. Thank you, Bam. High Rollers rule, we love you! Woo, High Rollers! You guys did well. Please let that be true and not Trot murdering another innocent person.
I don't do that.
Whoop.
I do it a little bit.
JShay512 says,
Yeah, if you want to.
Cam, don't. I'll wait for Kim if you wanna. Whoop. Cam, don't do
Bye.
it. Preemptively guessing that Cam is going to mess something up. Good luck today, guys. Hopefully, no one dies. Hugs and kisses. Nobody dies.
Very nice. Kildegren donated. Hey guys, I have good and bad news. I can't read it otherwise. The good news is that starting next Sunday, I will be playing D&D with my friends, with me as the DM. The bad news is that I have to be up at a human hour, which means I can't stay up and watch High Rollers. Sad face. Hey, playing
Got
D&D
the
is cooler.
VODs. It's cool.
You can catch up. Though,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
Mizmith donated a lot of money with no donation message, but thank you very much. It's very nice
Thank
of
you.
Sonic Details says, good afternoon, you glorious bastards. Unless I see a full cast today, let's hope the stream will be a good one. I hope it was.
It was.
For you all.
I hope it was. Yeah, it's fine.
Ace of Thorns donated. Yay! Full team assemble! Also to Kim Adaka and Bike.
Let's hope.
I don't know.
I'm guessing that's something that Kim would know.
Kim would probably know. Okay. Leonard Euler.
Hello.
For 2 streams, Euler was stranded and unable to donate, but he's back and must make up for the 2 streams lost. Brace yourselves.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Okay.
Silenced Hands with a half hundo. Thank you all with no message. Thank you very much.
Oh, the one underneath. You have to read that.
Yeah, no, I was going
Mark.
to say. Bo B-Sack 93 donated. Donation for Mark's leaky bum. Yay!
It's Bob Sack. 93.
Bob Sack.
Bubsack. Oh, I can't read.
Bam goes TNT. Donation to heal Mark's leaky bomb, apparently. Jesus, what I suffer through for those premium bants and dankest memes. That's right, I speaky the lingo.
Why did I say leaky bum again?
Right at the start.
I don't
But
know.
why did I say
You
it?
said it several
You
times
say
as
things
well.
randomly sometimes they just come out like a leaky bum.
The
Sindude.
screen.
What? What was that? Steve?
Do you want me to move the screen?
No, I'll move it. It's fine.
Okay, there we go.
I need to
Sindude
prove I can
says,
get out
hi,
of that
High
fucking
Rollers.
screen now."
First time donating just to say you're all freaking awesome and have inspired me to play DM D&D once exams are done. Good. Also, can I tweet at you to ask a question? It's slightly difficult and too long to ask here. Pesky word limit. I think there's a new email now, isn't there?
There is a new email, but that's probably more for fan art.
So questions
we
can
will
go to...
questions. You can well, depending on what the question is. DM questions are best to go to Mark at
Yeah.
Sherlock Humes. General questions, we all do look at the High Rollers D&D Twitter, so we will try and answer your questions.
And
on
if
there
it's
you have
like,
them.
if it's a DM question but it's too long to go on Twitter, do post it on the
Reddit.
subreddit because I
Yeah.
go on there
Oh
all
yeah,
the
the
time.
subreddit, there you go.
There you go.
Reddit is probably actually the most sensible place for them, to
Yeah.
be honest.
Go.
So yeah. Is it me? Oh. Mika Pix. This is purely to help Mark get more pants.
Oh, that was it. Trot said I didn't have any pants. That's why. I remembered. The Sea Penguin, you guys inspired me to DM my first game using the start set, and I rolled a natural 20 against my girlfriend's character on the first roll, which instantly knocked her down. Yay!
Jeez.
That's a relationship breaker.
Relationship
yeah,
breaker.
It really is.
Nice. Zardarin donated a nice amount, thank you very much. Donated for the Fix Mark's Leaky Bum Fund. Kappa Kappa, seriously though, you folks are amazing.
Thanks,
you very
man.
Thank you.
much. Whoa!
Brendan Fluxington.
Whoa!
Almost.
Donating 3 hundos.
Almost 300.
$300.
Jesus
Jeez,
Christ.
Thank you
What a
so
generous
much.
person. Hi guys, missed you last week at my big sis's wedding. We killed the Hydra.
Success.
Have you guys thought of dressing up as your characters? And Mark, what do you do if your DM quit on you? And now I'm taking the role as DM. Halfway through a campaign and absolutely no ideas.
Well, first of all, dressing up as characters. I think we've talked about dressing up for Halloween, haven't
Yeah,
we?
for
Like,
Halloween we might
episode.
cosplay our
I
our
think that'd be
characters.
pretty funny.
But then Ninja Girl's just going to put us all to shame and would do them all
That's
like a
true.
gazillion times better anyway.
Can she make all the costumes
Can
for
you
us?
just make?
Yeah.
Can you make her costumes?
Well,
for us?
maybe we could like
Maybe
find like a
commission.
cosplay commissioner and like
Yeah.
commission like use some of this,
Yeah.
actually
Could
pay somebody to
someone,
make some nice
like,
costumes.
Yeah,
or
that would be
something.
Come to a
amazing.
convention and dress up their kid up as
That would be a
Loban.
good idea.
Ah.
Loban Trogdor child. Would be
That would
Yes.
be
That'd be great.
amazing.
If we do a Halloween episode where people dress up, I need to get Kath and Martin back on so we
Yeah.
can have Loban and Falk.
Although Falk
because
will have
Martin
to be
would
shirtless.
basically mean shirtless Martin. Like that would be great.
Who
Oh,
doesn't
it's
want
so
that?
good.
As for your question about taking over a campaign, fuck it. Just, I don't know, they fall through a portal and, oh no, now we're playing Curse of Strahd. Oh,
Yeah,
you know, just...
You guys need to play that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
So, I would just have, like, some sort of thing, like there's a big event that means that they go to a new world or something. Just because otherwise it's going to be way easier for you because you don't want to be messing with
Everything
half the
before
campaign.
was just a dream.
It was all a dream!
You woke up.
Go.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah. That's classic.
Gothic Kitty 13. Thanks, Steve, for circling that there. Gothic Kitty 1313. Hey guys, glad to see the whole crew back together as well as Kath. Hopefully this week goes well in game. Kim, you're rocking the sunnies in that dress. Well, she was, but she's gone. Hope Wales was fun. Cannot wait for the soundtrack. Steve, you rock. Enjoy your evening, all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Total D4. Hope to see some more miniature unboxing videos someday. Keep up the good work. Yeah, we probably should do some more of those.
Send us more wizards slash
Send us-
Pathfinder slash any other
I was actually
miniature-making
looking
company.
up miniatures for Alora again last night, just
Yeah.
purely for something to do.
Nice.
It was
Need to do some.
Thank you kindly, Angelus Lucis, for the donation
Thank
without
you.
the message, but thank you all the
Thank
same.
you.
Scarik X, take more of my money, high rollers, please! Take it! It's well deserved, keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you.
take it.
We'll take it. Yogscast will take it.
yeah.
Keep us funded.
Broseph Starchin donated and said, "Hey gang, I can't fathom how the trip to the hideout is lasting that short window of like 4 hours, I think it was, before that performance with Cam. You guys are doing a lot. We'll miss half the stream to see my brother in hospital, so have fun."
Oh, I
Thank
hope your
you.
brother gets better
All the
soon.
best.
I think what throws off a lot of D&D time is like a round is 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So like a lot of that
Yeah.
fight in the trial seemed long for viewers, but actually in game
It's not
time
that
it's not that
long.
long. So
Yeah. Is it me?
Yeah.
Every time. J.K. Quinn. Wow, Kim, you were looking really hot. Well, it's
with a
pretty,
winky face.
pretty warm in here today, so
Oh,
I'm going to take
wait.
it that way. Yeah. I won't be able to watch on Saturday because of work, but I will definitely be watching on Yogs Live, and if I remember, I will be donating while you are live. Well, thank you very much.
Only donate if you feel you have to. Saturdays will only be temporary. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people are worried that it's going to be permanent. It's not. It's until the end of June that we'll be doing Saturdays, and after that we'll be back on
So
Sundays.
it's basically a month of it, right?
Yeah.
5
Yeah,
shows or
it's
something like that.
Yeah, it's like five shows or something like that.
Okay.
Ben Briss 97. Hi guys, you are the best. I did donate last week, but you decided not to read the donations out, so here I am donating again. My question is, you didn't have to do that. You could have just tweeted at me if you really want. My question is, how do you make D&D characters? P.S. Dragon Ball's the best. Wow, that's a big question. I can't really go through the whole thing. Player's Handbook will take you through the whole thing. It explains how to make characters.
There's also
The whole way
a free PDF on the website which gives you some indication on how it's made.
Yeah,
And
that's
it gives
true.
you character sheets as well.
Gives you character sheets
So-
pre-made.
It's
There's
got
like
like-
starter set you can get as well, isn't there? There's
The
like
start-
everything.
start
Yeah, the
set,
starter
yeah.
set.
Yeah, the starter set has pre-made characters, but the free PDF on the website that Trop mentioned, it allows you to create characters from 4 basic classes and 4 basic races.
Cool.
So it's just enough to give you the basics of how it all works.
Basically rolling dice for your core stats, adding
Yeah.
racial and class changes. and
But it's
then
like you kind of want to go through each class table because it will tell you what you get and
Eventually,
add this
yeah.
and you get this many hit points and
With
stuff.
like the character sheets that you have to
Yeah.
BAM goes TNT.
again.
Trelemar, more like Sassimar. Am I right? High five. No. All
He's
right.
sassy.
Wald, more like Sass. Wait, this isn't working as I thought it would. Just take my money, all right? Okay, we'll take
You
it.
do
Nice
give
try.
enough of us. Yeah.
Flying Taco Cats, which is a fantastic name. I couldn't watch live last time, but I'm back, and everyone is back. Yay! All is well with the world again.
Woo!
Yay. Leonard Euler again. I admit, even after being treated for severe depression, there's very little.
That's the wrong one.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Steve
You're all
moved it.
familiar with.
You're all familiar with degrees, the measurement of angles. However, they are not a pure way to talk about angles. A better unit would be a radian. 1 radian is the angle of an arc on a circle which has the length of the radius.
Thanks.
There you
Leonard.
go.
Thank you,
Teaching
Leonard.
maths.
You've all learned
Where
something.
did that come from? What is that a thing?
Leonard Euler is a
He's a
famous
mathematician.
mathematician.
Oh.
And for a
He's
long
just
time,
He's just
Right.
giving us facts.
yeah,
He's
and
like
for a long
all
time,
time.
none of us knew that he was a mathematician. so-
Today I learned, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Rom Rapara.
Rah.
I admit, even after being treated for severe depression, this is very little I could actually look forward to or have fun doing. Thanks for helping me to take back D&D from some not so nice times. I hope my Wi-Fi comes back in time to the last. Hey, all the best, man.
All
Thank
the
you for all the
best.
comments and stuff that you send. I know you do lots of tweets and Reddit posts
Yeah.
and stuff. So
I'm glad
thank
we
you.
help.
Yep, super
Yeah.
glad.
It is
Drop.
Leonard Euler once again on the topic of light. Light is made of quantized particles called photons with packets of energy, which are actually one of the primary requirements for photosynthesis.
I
Thank
might,
you,
I might
Leonard.
have to get old Leonard to help me with a custom subclass I'm working on to go on DM skills. That's going to
great.
be my next one.
Apples,
Mathematician.
schmapples, apple schmapples.
Apple Schmapples with over 100.
Yeah,
Is that
over a hundo.
Thank
guys.
you.
This is for everyone that wants to support but can't.
Aw.
Watching you
Well.
guys have made this agoraphobic, depressive, want to get out of the house and be super nerdy with friends.
Do it.
Thanks.
Do it, get
You
out the
should.
house.
I was
Fine.
agoraphobic and I'm not anymore, and look where I am. So
Yep,
do
Jump
it.
on that
I've had some
motivation
of
and get
those.
out there.
I went through a bit of that before when I first moved to Bristol.
Yeah.
Didn't want to leave the house.
Yeah.
Yep.
You get past
And
it.
to be honest,
do.
even
Stay
like
strong.
even if you go to friends' houses playing game stops, you
Baby
know, you go
steps.
to game stores and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yep.
So, blame Kerrigan.
Blaine Kerrigan, I did indeed find your DM's Guild work and look forward to more in the future.
Oh, thank you, Blaine Kerrigan. Thank you
It
very
is
much.
actually on the front page. I
Yeah.
checked. Well done,
There
Mark.
you go.
Thank you guys, I really appreciate it. No, it's been super lovely, all the support that it's had. Like, I'm really, really appreciative of all the high rollers who have supported.
This is a great.
It's good, yeah.
Whose turn is it?
It's you, mate.
Oh, it's me. So, Rip Dimitriv says, hashtag Broken Sky 2016, hashtag make Talis Val great again.
We're gonna build a wall!
All three of those things are amazing.
That is 100% true.
Congrats.
Olon Renv donates with no message, and Sonic Sonic Details, which I guess is like a Sonic and Tails thing. Jesus Christ, Chris, that was some way to introduce yourself to the Broken Sky leader.
No,
you.
seriously, that was so good. I was just like,
was.
yes.
I thought I was going to really throw us in the shit.
You did.
You did!
I did.
I just crashed in with an epic entrance.
Good
I felt
timing.
really epic.
It was very
I
epic.
felt there. Very epic.
Good.
Uh,
Kildegren.
is it?
Yeah,
Wait,
it's you.
It's me. Kildegren, damn Mark, you've outdone yourself. This is the best episode yet.
Ow. Well, it's not just me, it's the players as well. Flying Taco Cats donated again. Thank you so much. Cam Buckland back to fuck shit Upland. Oh, yeah.
Just in character, yo. Leonard Euler once again. I think your mirror is broken is one of my best quotes, second to, that's my rope. That's
good quotes
lofty
in this
praise,
episode.
thank you.
Rob Rapara again. For goodness sake, Cam, I officially quit the subreddit, sorry. And hey, my internet came back in time.
Good
Yay!
timing for that moment.
Silenced Hands. Holy shit, I had to donate again. Cam's heroic defiance was epic. Worth getting his deity's favour back, perhaps?
No. Oh, come on. Dude, you've not done
No.
anything to earn it back yet.
I was really...
You were cool, but that's not what the point is. You don't get it back for being cool.
Thanks for not doing unlucky on me.
I forgot about it, to be fair.
Oh, shit. It's you.
JK Loot, this space intentionally left blank, and then one from Mizzy Myth as well. Thank you both for your donations.
Leonard Euler, I always get these.
Yeah.
A set is a gathering of definite, distinct, and clearly differentiable objects of our intuition and thought that think like one. George Cantor, the founder of set theory. Thank you, Leonard.
Thanks, Leonard.
That
So when
knowledge
you
bomb.
like collect all the Pokemon cards, that's like set theory. Yeah.
Sure.
Wow.
That's,
Jesus.
that's George.
That's awesome. Bam goes TNT again. Cam, you magical bastard. Also, Mark, I keep thinking the Dragonborns are just going to whip out their sword canes and tip their fedoras going, milady, every time. Me gusta all of you. I am broke now, so bye. See you next time you gather.
Stop making yourself broke. Thank
Yeah,
you.
don't make
Thanks,
yourself
man.
broke.
Don't
first.
make yourself break.
Candid Arachnid, yet
Hey.
again I have to forgo watching live due to overwhelming amounts of schoolwork. Boo. But it's the last push before summer holidays, so just a little more, then I'll be back to normal schedules and able to enjoy this delight live again. Well,
Schoolwork first.
push through it.
You got the
It will
VODs.
stop eventually.
Keep going.
Don't worry.
Use the VODs as a reward for finishing your schoolwork.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's great.
Yeah,
It's a good
use
one.
it as a reward.
Obi Clo donated. Hi all! I absolutely love the stream. Thank you all for bringing D&D back into my life. Mark, I bow down to you, sir. Your imagination is just out of this world, and I can't wait to meet you all at MCM. Hopefully bearing fine loots. Oh, thank you.
Look forward to it. Megapix donated lovely amount. Thank you very much. At the break now, Christ, on a bike, this battle is intense. Gotta love the madness found in high rollers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, another big one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm getting all the
Oh
big
my
guys.
goodness.
You are.
Got biddy birthday. It says
you so
with
much.
2 hundos.
200.
I feel like a broken record of encouragement, but you guys are all awesome. Thanks once again for filling our day with magic.
Thank
Oh,
you,
thank you
for
for
all your
watching.
support, Capitapasti. I know you donate every week
Got
as well.
biddy birthday.
Capitapasti.
Brendan Fluxington, OMFG, best live stream session ever. To the team of high rollers, question: Team Cap or Team Stark? Team Cap. Finally, we'll be
Team
missing
Stark.
the next. Oh, interesting. Finally, we'll be missing the next session as I will be attempting to make a high roller D&D movie trailer with my
wow.
D&D group until I come up with a new story.
Wow,
It's interesting.
interesting.
See, I'm Team Cap, but plus Spider-Man, because Spider-Man was the best thing about that movie.
Yeah,
Fuck
pretty
Spider-Man.
much.
Guess whose
I-
team he was on?
Huh?
Guess whose team he was on?
I know, but
Yeah,
I
because
didn't like
Stark
the rest
kind
of,
of,
that team.
you know,
No
wrote
spoilers.
him in. No spoilers,
No
but yeah,
spoilers.
Team Cap for me.
Team Cap plus
Um,
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Caps and numbers. I love that Juto managed to kick a tooth out. Go Kim. Yeah, she did. She got a blow.
What?
What? She
Rudy
got a
Violet-
blow in. She got a blow in like a punch. You
Rudy
filthy
Violet.
bastard. You randy bastard.
I'm
Trump.
sorry. Bum leak. Just.
Rudy Violet says, loving the stream. Amazing how Cam was walled. How did he know in advance to get in and join the Broken Sky to help his friends? I never left them. Did he follow them or something? Seemed like he was there way before. Love all you guys, even Kath.
Aww.
Thank you very much.
Special thing at the end there.
Yeah.
We won't reveal the secret to Wild. Unless Trump wants to. Nah.
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 Save that for some spurious mystery like Chris Nolan style. Wow.
Luxzero donates and says, "This episode is insane. I am more hyped for High Rollers than Game of Thrones. at this
Wow.
point. I love how all the characters stay true to themselves, even at their own risk.
That is good role playing. Everybody did a great job today.
Kath did good ones.
yeah.
Yep.
And no
Everybody-
funny willies
Yeah.
as well, which is quite nice.
Yeah, nice.
Ibamad1 said, awesome music, Steve. Can we buy it yet? Can we? How about now? Now? Well, next
Saturday.
week.
Yep.
Next
week.
Saturday, it will be up for download. So
Yeah.
please buy it because Steve's awesome.
Yeah. Hannah 46. So glad I managed to catch up 5 minutes before the stream started. The only way I can think of what would make this battle more awesome is if they were in a wooden warehouse or a Nordic Great Hall that was on fire.
No more fire!
No more fires.
I think we need
Fire's
that.
not a problem.
Oh, look, what you got again?
Leonard Euler donated and says,
Again.
the integral of sec y dy from 0 to 1/6 of pi is equal to the log of base e times the square root of 3 times the 64th power of I.
Thanks,
brain
Leonard.
hurts.
Wow,
Love it.
My brain
Learning.
hurts.
I didn't understand a word, but
No.
that's just a lot of numbers. Bumblebee Tuna.
yeah. Bumblebee Tuna!
Yeah, great to see the gang back together, and Kath too. Thanks, buddy. Watching this is like watching a film where the characters do the things that you know they shouldn't do, but it's exactly what the characters would do. Love it. The best thing ever. I watch every week. Thanks,
Thank you
buddy.
very much.
Thank you. Wonder Brown said, just wanted to say thanks to you guys. The stream has been fantastic and helped me get through the days after a funeral last week. Oh, sorry to hear about that. Also, I've been unemployed since the stream started, but I'm finally starting work on my new job tomorrow.
Hey.
Can't wait for MCM. We'll
Congrats
see
on
you there.
new jobs.
See you there.
See you
Yeah.
then. Where am I? Johnny Mange. Chat is right. Elora is the group's mother figure, and then a little happy smiley face. You pretty much are. You are the mum. that looks
Leonard
after
Euler
them.
donated and says, does he know it's a pit?
There's lots of memorable stuff from this episode.
There's a lot of
that's
good
Yeah.
quotes. There's a lot of good
J.K. Quinn donates and says, "Carry me. That's High Roller's next meme."
Carry me is great.
That was
good.
amazing.
Carry me.
Carry me.
And don't you guys ever stop doing this? It makes my week every week. Thanks, J.K.
Thanks,
Quinn.
man.
Zero the Duke says, I know you weren't keen on suggestions, but if you're still stumped for the Moon Tower, that three-way meeting of mountains to the north of First Light looks like a prime spot. Also, can we expect to see any mimics? Mimics are great. You guys
No,
are the best.
please.
Please no.
I was so close. You weren't here, Katie. When they fought the gelatinous cube, there was a chest in the room. I was so tempted to put a chest, like a mimic,
Oh.
as
You
well.
should've done that,
I
was
was so
hilarious.
tempted. It would have been too powerful.
You
but
actually mentioned it as well while you're talking about the chest.
I was
Could
just
be
like,
a mimic.
Could be
Like-
a mimic.
Yeah.
Like, it was so tempting. Mizzy Mix donated
Myth.
again. Mizzy Myth. I can't read it. All right, try. It's too far. I have terrible eyes.
I'm here to
No
correct.
message. Is Elizabeth Stars. Awesome stream so far, guys. Where will we have Trell interrogate
Interrogate,
Victoria? And what language is Cam's mark? Thank you guys for all you do. You guys are awesome. If you mean the brand, it's a symbol. It's not really written in anything. It's just a symbol.
I think he might be saying what languages does Cam speak, Mark, as in talking to you.
If he does, it's just common, I think. doesn't
Barely
it?
common.
Yeah, barely.
But
Gospel
it means
common.
like the Lightborn, maybe.
Oh no, yeah, they just speak common.
Just common.
They do get to pick one extra language in the new revised
Oh,
rules,
okay.
which you can get on the DMs Guild.
Shanticles donated and says, great to see you all back from this session. Going to miss you live next week for the first time since you started, but excited to see you all at MCM the week after. Have a good one next week. Much love to you all and to Steve too.
Thanks,
I think
Shanticles.
Shanticles is married now.
Oh
So
wow!
congratulations.
Congratulations!
Wow.
Secret info.
Yeah.
Sunny Days donates and says, hello from Oregon. I don't know why they talk like that, they just do.
Hello,
Thanks
hello
for
from
your-
Oregon. Cool, blimey, mate.
Hello from Oregon. Thanks for the awesome stream, Kim and Katie. You rock. Oh,
You
thanks.
rock too.
Thanks, yeah.
Oregon.
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 Exhibit A.
Exhibit.
Exhibit A. Yeah, that's good.
Exhibit A.
But it said A.
A.
Yeah.
A.
A.
OMG, so much confusion, so much drama. One of the best episodes so far, and I'm so glad I can finally watch live. Great to see Katie back, so here's some money to put into the books. Great to have the gang back, keep being awesome and stay cool.
Thank you very much. Leonard Euler! Last nation for me, sorry for so many. Don't apologise, dude, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I just love high rollers. Thank you, Mark, for the amazing stream. Sorry for all the mathematics, but that is my job. Thank you very much, and shout out to all the people who love math.
Yeah.
Math!
Sky Silverwing. Totally crushing on Kim. Kind of disappointed that the party spent a short rest in an unguarded bar, but none of them took any high-proof bottles for combat purposes. Always worth picking up something flammable.
Very true, actually.
Good point, yeah.
You guys leave a lot of stuff behind. Like,
We
nobody
do.
picked up Varesh's sword either.
Oh, shit.
Go back again.
No, it's too late.
Still there.
No, it's not still there. They took it. They
Oh,
got
we
it.
have
What,
the
did it
classic
just-
donation.
Yeah.
No, the
Do
gods
it.
took
DVDO1, CDO1 donates
Yes,
with
despawn.
no message.
Thank you.
And
CDO1.
Mizimith also donates with no message
you
as
again.
well.
Thank you both.
Pepperfruit Pesto says, High Rollers keeps delivering. Such quality, many dramas, suspense, intense. Wow. Have some extra for your good hard work.
Thank you very
Thanks, buddy.
much.
Thank you.
Tunarth says, another week and I can't help but donate again. What a fantastic session. Kudos to everyone. Thrilling combat, intense role-playing, amazing storytelling. I'm so glad I found you guys. Roll
Oh,
on.
thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
It's really nice. It's a
Thank
nice
you.
message. JK Quinn, the goddamn feels! Why would you do this to us?
It was,
because
yeah,
I'm
right in the
cruel.
feels.
Nightjar says, right in the fields, guys. Right in the frelling fields.
Frelin feels.
Soz.
Brilliant. Sonic the Tails, again, donating thank you, says, about 6 weeks ago, during the search for missing lumber, I said to myself, what if Korak has a twin brother who killed Kim's parents? And Jesus fuck, what a shot in the dark. I'm pleased. This is a story that's just getting better.
I wonder how many
Nice.
people got that.
I think I've seen a few people who
Yeah,
there was a
I've
lot
seen
of
a
theories
couple.
about a very similar thing of like either a twin brother or like an evil possession, like he was possessed or something.
Or
and-
she didn't see him right.
yeah, exactly. So it's really interesting.
Well, there you go.
Mizimith
Oh, wow, big
donated,
donation
a big
as well.
donation again,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
And Comrade Stephen donated, said, hey rollers, glad to finally have the whole party back. Thanks for the awesome session. Love you guys, keep being awesome.
Thank you very much. Mecha Picks. This session was amazing. Lots of action and lots of lore. Love it. Hopefully Juto will be able to reset her sights for a true revenge and realise she's not alone anymore.
She's not alone.
Kissy face.
Alanzor, thank you all for the amazing story tonight, and thank you for your very generous
Thank you very much for
donation.
your
Thank
generous
you.
donation, and it's no problem.
Mizimith again.
Oh my
donating.
God!
Wow.
Hey guys, great stream and see you next Saturday.
See you next
See you
Saturday.
there.
That's
I'm a
Tuesday.
dandelion, says, first time I managed to get a day off work and watch the stream live. Been loving this from day one. Good job. Yay!
Great username here, Awkward Dog Boner. This week's boner rating, Cam Cuckland, intensity out of 20. Action story, this session had me coming everywhere, raging
Well,
hard on moment.
well.
Cam equals wild equals will to piss off the princess equals D20 critical boner. An erection rejection moment. Cam's Rod and Juto.
Bone on Sunday. Oh,
Just like the phrase erection rejection moment
Oh,
is probably my new
God.
favourite thing.
That's great. Oh my god. Thank you, awkward
Wow.
dog burner. Harassed Civil Servant donated. Thank you very much for your donation. And Castanian. Hey, second donation from me. Real quick, I have a fun suggestion for a magic item you might like, Mark. Is there any place I can suggest it that won't spoil it to the other players? Also, letter limits. I'm bad at super short messages.
That's cool. If you email it to community@yogscast.com, I will check it out. But I always say this with magic item stuff. I'm happy to read them. I'm happy to get ideas, but I can never promise they'll make it in.
Please.
Yin Yanger
That's
with a
not-
message not out loud but says can't wait to see you at MCM. Thank you,
very
Yin
much.
Yanger.
Thanks, Yinganga.
Mark has now seen that.
I have.
Angus Lucius also donates as well though, saying, hey Mark, I've got a question. Slavery is a thing in Brasaris, but how is slavery regarded in the Dawn Republic? Forbidden, allowed, frowned upon?
I think I've answered this before. It's absolutely illegal. Like, it's not cool.
Not cool.
Not cool, dude.
bro.
Not
There you
cool.
go.
Not cool, bro. No, it's illegal.
Yeah, cool.
Just get stamped out. Obviously, it might still happen, but it is not illegal.
R. Parker92 says, is there an expected date for Mark's guide to DMing yet? I'm excited to grab myself a copy and read up on his methods.
I'm doing a guide to DMing.
That's news to Mark.
Yeah,
A bestseller. Mark
no,
Humes.
I mean, I've talked-
D&D and you.
Yeah, I've talked a little bit about maybe doing like a video or something. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do like a physical book or anything like that. And it's basically when I get free time, which right now is not a lot.
Busy man.
Super busy.
Done for now says, I love you guys, inspired me to try and get a group together for D&D. I've got a backstory for my own character who would be my villain if I was DM. Mark is my Chris Perkins. I think that's the DM Mark dreams of playing with.
That's
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, I think
Stream,
like
wouldn't it?
playing with Chris and playing with Matt Mercer would be.
Matt Mercer.
Shut up! I know you played with. Shut up! Fuck off! Goddamn asshole!
Right, Jesus. Rooney Violet donates, if Mark needing a hand with anything nature or ecology based, happy to give a hand. Doing that forestry ecology degree. Wow, that's quite a degree. Seemed like you may be doing a class around that, perhaps? That includes biology also. Anyway, keep up the good work.
quite
And
ready,
second year of uni done. Woo!
Well done.
Congrats.
Fluxy Penguin says, I'm totally speechless again after another amazing episode. Yay for Small Elf to the rescue.
Small Ulf!
Small
Tiny
Elf.
small Ulf!
Can't wait for the soundtrack and to meet you all at MCM. I'm going to cosplay Cam on the Saturday.
Woo!
That was
Wow.
actually amazing.
High
voice.
rollers
That's the
cosplay!
first
Yeah.
cam cosplay I've heard of. That's good.
I have heard about one of Ninja Girl's friends is doing Laura.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
They're gonna do it together.
We need
It'll
a little
be really
man.
exciting.
Do.
Yeah,
Need a little
There's a
dancing
Trellamar
head.
as well. I've seen a
Have you seen
Trellamar
a
going.
Trellamar? Oh,
So
I've
we
seen
will,
Trellamar.
in theory, have the full party there.
so
Nice.
excited.
That's
We
gonna be
should
amazing.
also we should do a High Rollers meetup.
Yes, we should.
So we should probably do that, but we'll probably organise
we'll
that
organise
near
that,
the
yeah.
time. So
Well, because
yeah.
we'll have to
Once we
coordinate
know our
breaks and
schedule.
stuff. So.
Whose go is it?
I just did one, I think.
Yeah, well, Sonic Details donated. Well, what a great stream. See you guys next week, you brilliant fuckers.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Chanticle's donated again. Hey Katie, the new wife told me I have to donate again and accuse you of being an IRL wizard for remembering.
I know
Congrats
everything.
everyone, and Kath, I might have to bring your first signature to MCM to
Ah.
compare it to what you are now
You should.
using.
You
Wow.
should, yeah. And
Is it improved?
Well, I haven't actually had a chance to look. You can help me. You've
It
got a
will
good
be by that
signature.
point.
I can see if I can get something quite
It
good.
is 3 lines and then cross
T
it.
goes straight, so it's very nice.
Yeah.
3
It's
T's.
very good,
Yeah.
yeah. And the last donation for the evening. I'm a dandelion, that's the name and a half. Another donation to say Kath did an awesome job. Thanks, friend. Have a friend planning on being a wild mage when I finally get around to being a DM as a result of my persuasion from seeing the awesome Loban.
Oh,
That's
nice.
awesome, dude.
Play
Thank
it,
you.
by the rules in the book if you're having them as a
Yeah.
proper player. Because
Don't
that
be
was
wild.
very nice.
It's pretty wild.
I just saw
pretty
a
good damn
comment
wild.
in the chat saying the Trellamar cosplay will spend most of the time on the ground.
That's
and
true.
that is very accurate.
We absolutely need to get a
Absolutely.
picture. We need to get a picture
need to
of
get a
all of us
picture of
with
him
the
on the
Trellamar
ground.
on the ground, yeah. With Matt just kind of like looking
Yeah.
incredulous.
Amazing.
I want the cam cosplay to have a lot of socks down there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That
jeez.
bulge. That
Amazing.
bulge.
That bulge.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us for another High Rollers. We will be back on Saturday this week.
Minus Wisdom Tooth Boy over there.
Minus.
I might
well,
be there.
Hopefully he can still
I might
join
be
us.
there.
minus
Depending on pain.
Kath as well. Yeah, depending on what
Yes.
happens.
Today was my last session.
But we will bring you back. Loban will return,
He will
or
return.
you know,
Yeah.
like Falk.
It's not goodbye. It's just see you in a bit.
See you
See you
later.
in a bit.
Hurrah.
And yeah, and thanks again, and we will see you next time, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.